Hello everyone, good evening. Please confirm events about audio and video quality. Hi everyone, good evening. Please confirm events about audio and video quality. I hope I'm audible. Good evening everyone. Okay, so let's start today's session. So this is going to be our Maha Marathon for upcoming June 26 exam. Wait. Now please check. I hope audio is also good. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, so let's start this session. So this is going to be CAIIB June 26 ABFM Maha Marathon for your, preparation, where we will be solving theories, numericals, everything. So what you need to do, you need to watch this session till the end and revise as much as you can. Okay, so audio is low, something. Wait. Okay, so let's start this session. So everyone, if you're watching this session live, then please make sure you are giving me answers, okay, whether numericals or whether it is going to be theoretical one. So let's start with the very first question on your screen. Yes, consider the following statements. You have three statements. First, pastel analysis contributes to a deeper understanding of the macro environment. Second, it can help organizations assess the impact of external trends on business decisions. Third, it eliminates all uncertainty associated with future business conditions. And out of these four options, you need to identify which option is correct. Yes, so this question is based on pastel analysis, and this pastel is very important topic from exam point of view. Here we analyze our environment. Yes, when we talk about environment, we have two types of it, that is internal and external. So all these factors affect our decision making. So that is what we cover under pastel analysis. Yes, so if you read the first one, that pastel yes. So here, if we talk about the pastel analysis contributes to the deeper understanding of the macro environment, yes. Here we talk about external environment, yes. Whether we talk about politics, economics, social, technology, legal, or environmental. So this statement is correct. Then, it can help organizations access the impact external trends on businesses. Yes, very good here. Here we are saying that all the external factors will affect our businesses. So correct statement is second one also. It eliminates all uncertainty associated with future business conditions. That is not at all possible. Yes, you cannot eliminate any uncertainties. You can eliminate or you can calculate only certain risk. Yes, so this statement is wrong. Please check about the audio. I hope now audio is okay. Please confirm me once. एक बार अपने फोन से चेक कर। ठीक है, ठीक है। Okay, so here first statement and second statement is right, so correct answer is going to be answer B. Yes, third statement is not your correct option. Yes, because they are saying that you can eliminate all uncertainties, and that is not at all possible. You can calculate only risk. Yes, so right answer is answer B here. Now next, one more thing, this question is based on advantages of pastel analysis, and this was asked in your previous attempt. Okay, so this is your PYQ question based on advantages. So it will, first advantage is cost effective, then easy framework, deep understanding, development alertness, and opportunities. You can see here. Okay, next, match the following. Column A, types of preference shares: cumulative preference shares, non-cumulative preference shares, participating preference shares, non-participating preference shares. Next column, you have key features like additional dividend along with the preference dividend when profits are high. Unpaid dividends lapses, cannot be claimed in future. Third, unpaid dividend accumulates and paid in future years. Fourth, entitled only to fixed preference dividend and no extra share in profit. Here you need to do the match the following, everyone. See, if we talk about cumulative preference shares, so under the cumulative, your arrears will be carried forward. Hana? Means if in current year your company is not paying you any dividends. So suppose, let's say this is a financial year 25-26. Company earned profit, so they will pay you dividend. In 26-27, again company incurred profit, so they will pay you dividends. But in 27-28, they incurred losses, so no dividend will be paid. But again in 28-29, suppose again they started earning profit, so they will be paying current year dividend plus previous year dividend. Yes, so this is what cumulative one. So unpaid dividend accumulates and is paid in future years. Yes, so A is equal to 3. Okay. Next, non-cumulative preference shares. Non-cumulative means, let's say again, for financial year 25-26 till 26-27, scenario is same, but this time you have issued non-cumulative preference shares. So now what will happen? Though company incurred profit, but again company will be giving only dividends for the current year, no previous year. Answer. Okay. फिर मेरा पेज छोटा हो जाएगा, इतना हो रहा है. Okay, so here if we talk about the non-cumulative one, means your arrears won't be carried forwarded here. Okay, so right option is going to be what? Unpaid dividend lapses and cannot be claimed in future year. So B2. Okay, then after that, if we talk about the participating one, now under participating one, you will be getting, first fixed dividend, that thing. Along with that, at the time of winding up of liquidation, whatever surplus profit, yes, whatever surplus profit will be, you will be getting share in that also. So additional dividend along with preference dividend when profits are high. So C1. Then non-participating preference shares, only you will be receiving fixed dividends. So this is your D4. So correct option is A3, B2, C1 and D4. Correct. So this is the correct. Match the following. Very good. Now, coming to the next question. A company has issued convertible debentures with a par value of 1,000 each. Now, as per the conversion term, each debentures can be converted into 40 equity shares. Now, what will be the conversion price per share? Now, again, this was asked in your PYQ about the conversion ratio. What is the formula here? Conversion price is equal to par values of debentures. Yes, this is the formula, divided by number of equity shares received. So this is the formula you need to apply here. So how many debentures you have here? What is the par value each? That is 1,000, divided by, you are getting how many equity shares? That is 40. So conversion price is going to be, that is 25. Yes, very good. So this is again asked in your PYQ, where you need to calculate about conversion price. Okay, this is the only numerical in your module deep, and it's important from exam point of view. Yes, chali. Coming to the next one now. Again, match the following we have. Again, we have column A, initiatives given, you can say contributions by Google, and next column, that is contributions, means their definition. Google Rank Brain, AI Hub, Hold for Me, Google Duplex. Column B, first centralized platform for AI developers and data scientists, provide ML, that is machine learning. ML is what? That is machine learning. Then here they are going to use some machine learning assets. All these are some types of, you can say, assets here which you are going to use in your machine learning data. These are used by AI developers. Okay. Then next is machine learning based on search engine algorithm, improves relevance of search results based on the user query. So again, we are going to use some search engine. Then third one is AI that conducts natural phone conversations with human-like voice, capable of inserting like and pauses and for the realistic situation. So that is the third, you can say key feature or a definition. Or the fourth one is AI feature on Google Assistant that waits on hold during the phone calls and notifies users when a human operator joins the line. Yes. So again, you need to tell here correct classification. Now, when we talk about Google Rank Brain, this is just your search engine. Hana, this is your search engine. Like if you're searching the same thing again and again, automatically they will, keep all your data, that what you are searching, what actually the topic you want to know about. So they are going to keep all that relevant data. Like if you open today Google, you type CAIIB. Okay, so they will give you CAIIB related all details, CAIIB classes, CAIIB dates, CAIIB exam dates, registration dates. So that is what this Google Rank Brain is doing. So that is a machine learning based on search engine algorithm. Continuously, if you search related to this, you can say CAIIB, you will get all information related to it. So that is going to be A2. Then AI Hub. AI Hub is going to be one common platform where you will be getting all different types of, you can say, information in this. So that is AI Hub. B1. Then Hold for Me. That is going to be AI feature on Google Assistant where you can keep your person on wait, and again you can notify that your queue number is 3, then 2, then 1. Yes, nowadays you must have heard all these things. Then Google Duplex. So AI that conducts natural phone call conversations like humans, and here they will be using human voice like and they're also going to behave like humans only, as if you're talking to humans. So that is going to be Google Duplex is your third one, and Hold for Me is equal to the fourth one. Yes, Hold for Me is your Google Assistant which is going to hold during the call. Yes, and Google Duplex is going to be a natural conversation where you are going to use some voice of AIs. That is what. So correct answer is A2, B1, C4, D3. No, D3 and C4 is the right option, you can say here. Yes. Now next one. Black-Scholes model is primarily used for the valuation of which of the following financial instruments? Yes, tell me. A, B, C, D. Equities, debentures, options, warrants, bonds and fixed deposits. D, mutual funds and exchange traded funds. Now remember one thing when we are talking about hybrid finance. What is the meaning of hybrid finance? Hybrid finance means it is a combination of equity plus debt. Okay. Now in this you have different types of hybrid finance: preference shares, convertible debentures, mezzanine financing, and one type is also known as warrants. So now when we talk about the warrants, we are giving one instrument. Companies are issuing one instruments. Through that, if any investor is purchasing, they will be purchasing shares for any specified amount in specified time period. So this is what warrants mean. Now how to value it? Yes, so when we are valuing it, that is going to be Black-Scholes model. Yes, how to value this particular warrants and options with the help of Black-Scholes model. No, right answer is going to be answer B. Acha, I think you are talking about what is the meaning of hybrid finance. Yes. So here Black-Scholes model is used to value options. Now options are what? Options means when you are investing in future. Correct? Like let's say you want to invest after 1 year. So what price you are going to select? That is going to be your options. Correct? So right answer is going to be answer B. Futures and options. Next. Why do investors in the equity capital of a company expect a higher rate of return than the interest paid to debenture holders? Now, when we talk about company, yes, and for running this company, you want funds. So, what are the ways through which you can generate funds? Number one, you can generate through debt. Number two, you can generate through equity. Yes, these are the two ways through which you can generate funds. Now, when we talk about the debt, these are your loan. Yes, and when we talk about loan, there is one feature of this loan that you need to pay fixed interest. Whether you earn or you don't earn, you need to pay fixed interest here. Correct? Then, when we talk about equity, there is no such compulsion. As you are sharing ownership, there is no compulsion to pay fixed dividends. So if you read the first one, equity carries fixed charge, that is totally wrong. Yes, equity dividends are a compulsory contractual payments. Again, no. Then equity has a fixed maturity date and guaranteed return that is secured against the firms. That is also wrong. Right answer is going to be equity holders bear greater risk because they are taking higher risk. Yes, with an uncertain return, the last claim on the firm's asset. So that is the reason here equity capital is giving you higher return compared to debenture holders. So right answer is going to be yes, answer D. Then a firm is considering investment of 10 lakh with 5 years life and no residual value. The total income is expected to be 2 lakhs. Now using the straight line method, what is the ARR? That is average rate of return on average investment basis. Now when we talk about capital investment decision. Now what is capital investment decision? Capital means funds. See, let's say you are holding 20 lakh rupees and you decided to start one business. So whether to start that business or not, first you will do all the evaluation, you will check it, you will see the profit, you will see the losses, you will see the market, all this thing you will do. Correct? That is the same thing we are doing under capital investment decision. Whether the project will give you benefit or not, that we need to calculate here. And for this calculation, we have two different methods. First is going to be discounted methods, that is also known as discounting methods, and non-discounting methods. Now under this non-discounting methods, we have again sub-classification, that is first two classifications, that is payback period method. Next, that is accounting rate of return, ARR. Non-discounting means no use of time value of money. Okay, we are not going to use any time value of money. But when we talk about discounting, here we are going to use time value of money. Now, what are the methods you can use here? Like NPV, yes, net present value. Then here IRR, internal rate of return. Then MIRR, yes. Then you have profitability index, correct. Then you have discounted payback period method. So these are the methods which you can apply here. Now, they are saying apply this accounting rate of return. Now, as per they are saying to apply this average rate of return method, okay, which is also known as accounting rate of return. So now here, basically, we are going to calculate if we implement any project. Yes. So what is the overall profit that we are going to generate from it? So that is what we are calculating here. Overall profit. Okay, overall profit we are going to calculate. Now, which method we need to use here? That is average investment basis. Yes, this is the formula we are going to apply here. Average investment basis. So what is the formula? Yes, formula is going to be average annual profit, yes, divided by average investment. Correct? This is the formula that we need to apply. Now, tell me, what is the average annual profit here? They are saying, considering the investment of 10 lakhs with 5 years life, no residual value. Residual value is also known as salvage value. Salvage value, residual value, both are same here. Yes. So if we talk about this average annual profit, so annual profit is given, that is total income, that is 2 lakhs. Huh? So for 5 years, every year you are going to generate 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs. So for this annual profit, you are going to take 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs divided by 5. Yes, so if you are doing this, you will be getting what? Again, 2 lakhs. Hai na? 10 divided by 5 you will be doing, so you will be getting 2 only. So now this whole divided by, this will give you average also, this whole divided by average investment. Now for the calculation of average investment, we have a formula, that is opening investment. What is the opening investment? That is 10 plus salvage value. Let me tell you here what is the formula we are applying here. Average investment equal to opening investment plus salvage value whole divided by 2. Okay, this is one method. Or you can take half of your opening investment minus salvage value plus salvage value. Both the ways you can calculate here. Okay, so this is going to be 10 divided by 0 divided by 2. So this will give you 5. Yes, this will give you 5. So what is the answer here? So what is the answer here? See, average profit is going to be 2. See, total income is expected to be 2. That is for 1 year. No? That is for 1 year. Now, we are talking about this 2 lakhs for all the years. Yes, this 2 lakhs for all the years. So, 2 divided by 2 average we will be taking. So, 2 for 5 years divided by 5. So, this will give you 40% as your ARR. Correct? So, this is your answer. Now remember how to calculate average annual profit. So total income is expected to be 2 lakhs. This is your per year. This is your per year we are talking about, because nowhere it is given that this is going to be your total 5 years only 2 lakhs. Okay, so this is your per year and divided by average investment. So this is your 40%. Correct. Next. Sales 40 lakhs, variable cost 15 lakhs, fixed cost 4 lakhs, debt 5 lakhs at the rate 10%. Now, degree of combined leverage, we need to calculate. So, for the calculation of degree of combined leverage, how to calculate this? We require degree of operating leverage into degree of financial leverage. Basically, in this leverage, we are calculating whatever available resources we have. Yes, how we can maximize our return by using that limited resources. That is what we are calculating under this. So DOL, for this calculation of DOL or DFL, we require profitability statement, which starts with the sales. Okay, that is going to be 40 lakhs minus variable cost, that is 15 lakhs. If you subtract this, you will get what? You will get here contribution. So 40 lakhs minus 15 lakhs, that is going to be 25 lakhs. Yes. Now, from this you need to subtract fixed cost. Now, variable cost means these are the expenditure which will fluctuate as per your volume of production. Direct depends on volume of production. Fixed cost, that is equal to 4 lakhs. So this is going to be 21 lakhs. Okay. Fixed cost that you are paying on rent, insurance. That is what. So this 21 lakhs is your EBIT, earning before interest and taxes. Now from this, we will reduce the interest amount that you pay on debt, on loan. So what is your loan amount? What is your debt amount? That is equal to 5 lakhs. So interest is going to be 5 lakhs into 10%, which is equal to 50,000. So EBT is equal to 21 lakhs minus 50,000. This will give you 20 lakhs 50,000. Correct? Now, what is the formula of DOL? This formula is related to your operations. Yes, this is related to operations. So here we calculate operating leverage. Now, from EBIT till your earning per share, we calculate for financial leverage. So when we talk about operating leverage, when we talk about our businesses, we are going to use contribution divided by EBIT. This will be multiplied with DFL. DFL means all your funds. Okay, now how companies are generating funds? Two ways are there: equity and debt. So as per financial leverage, they are saying that we want to maximize our earning per share. What we want to maximize our earning per share by keeping equity amount constant. Then how to maximize our earning per share? By taking more debt, by taking more loan amount. That is what. So this is going to be EBIT divided by EBT. So contribution equal to 25 lakhs divided by 21 lakhs into 21 lakhs divided by EBT, that is 20 lakhs 50,000. So 25 lakhs divided by 20, that is going to be 1.219. Yes, so right answer is 1.219. Now, what is the meaning of this 1.219? It means company is working above break-even or below break-even. Yes, tell me. What do you understand with this? That company is working above break-even point. Yes, that is the meaning of 1.219. Yes. Now, next question. Here we are going to calculate interest coverage ratio. Now remember, again, this was asked in your PYQ. Very important from exam point of view. Yes, that means company is earning above break-even point. Now, interest coverage ratio. What is the formula of this ICR? That is EBIT divided by interest expenses. Yes, EBIT divided by interest expense. Now, banks are also using this particular ICR, interest coverage ratio. They are, understanding about the businesses with this ICR. Whether businesses are having that much, funds to repay their interest amount or not. How they will be knowing it? With the help of ICR. Okay. Now, how to calculate EBIT? Just we discussed. Yes. We will be using sales minus variable cost. This will give you contribution minus fixed cost. So let's use sales. That is 25 lakhs. Acha, they are saying variable cost is 50%. So here 25 lakhs into 50%, that is 12 lakhs 50,000. Means contribution is remaining 50%. 12 lakh 50,000. Yes. Now minus fixed cost, that is 9 lakhs. So this is going to be minus 9 lakhs. So 3 lakh 50,000 is your EBIT. So answer is going to be 3 lakh 50,000 divided by interest expense. Now what is your interest expense here? 8 lakhs into 9%, that is 72,000. So here 3,50,000 divided by 72,000, which is equal to 4.86. This is your answer. Yes, very good. Everyone, 4.86 is your interest coverage ratio. It means companies are earning, based on your interest 4 times extra. So that is what 4.86 interest coverage ratio. Yes, very good. And remember, this is one of the pattern you can see in exam. No, not here. That is just one information for you. If they ask you about, let's say, earning per share, okay, then you are going to use this equity share capital information. Okay, otherwise, EBIT, till EBIT, there is no requirement of any equity shares. Interest calculation, no requirement of this interest calculation, this equity calculation. Correct. If they ask you about earning per share, then you are going to use this equity per share. So what is the formula of earning per share? EPS, that is earning available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares. So this is the formula. Okay. Now coming to the next question. The valuation model used when the dividend growth rate declines linearly from a high rate to a stable rate. Which formula, which model you are going to use here? Valuation model used when the dividend growth rate declines linearly from a high rate to a stable rate. Tell me. A. Gordon's constant growth model. B. Zero growth model. C. Stable growth model. D. H model. Yes. Very good, everyone. So this is your H model. Correct answer is answer D. So first hint is this one, that linearly it will decline, means equally it will decline over the years. That is the first hint. Then second one is high rate. From the very exceptional rates, you will come to a normal rate. So these are the two hints. Yes, correct answer is answer D. Next. If ROE 12%, cost of equity 40%, dividend payout ratio 0.5, then PE ratio is, yes. Now here we need to calculate PE ratio. Now as per the given details, which formula you are going to apply here? Are you going to directly use your current market price divided by earning per share? Are you going to apply this? The answer is no. We need to use here fundamental method. Yes. So what is your fundamental method of PE ratio? PE ratio is equal to 1 minus B divided by R minus ROE into B. Okay. This is the formula that we need to apply here. Now, we have ROE. ROE means if you invest in a company as an equity holder, what is the return you are generating? That is what ROE. If you invested 1 lakh rupees in a company, you are going to receive 12% return. Cost of equity. Cost of equity is expense for the company. That is going to be 40%. Then dividend payout ratio. So this cost of equity is also denoted with R. Okay. Then dividend payout ratio, that is 0.5. Now dividend payout ratio means what? Let's say company earns profit equal to rupees 100. Now company needs to pay some dividend to their equity holders. Let's say company paid rupees 10. Yes. And remaining amount they are going to reinvest in their business. And that reinvest amount is equal to 90. So now here this 90 is going to be your retention amount, yes, which you are going to again use in your business for expansion, for the growth purpose. So here if I write in a percentage, yes, so 90 divided by 100 into 100, this will give you 90%. So this 90% is going to be retention ratio. Yes, and this retention ratio is denoted with B, which is also known as plug back ratio. Okay, this is also known as plug back amount. Now, this 10%, or in decimal, how I can write 10 divided by 100 into 100. So this is going to be 10%. So now this 10% is going to be dividend payout ratio. Yes, this is also known as DPR. Yes. Now, one thing you need to remember, if they are giving you profit and dividend amount, can you calculate your reinvestment amount? Yes. If profit we know 100, dividend we know 10, automatically 90 is given. Correct? Or if P is given, profit is given, retention amount is given, can you calculate here D? Yes. So now let's say they are assuming profit rupees 1. Yes. If 1 rupees is your profit, 90 means 0.9 rupees you are saving. So how much dividend you are going to distribute? That is going to be 0.10. So here 1 minus B is equal to 0.10. So what you can see here, now directly they have given 1 minus B value, that is 0.50 divided by this cost of equity, that is 0.40 minus 0.50 into 0.50. So that is equal to so the answer is 3.33. ROE. Oh, acha, sorry, my mistake. Okay. That is what I thought. Why answer is coming 20. Okay. Cost of equity 40%, dividend payout ratio. Acha, okay. Dividend payout ratio is 50% and this is 50%. Okay. 0.5 into 0.12. So now, what is the answer? In denominator, you will be getting 0.12 into 0.5 minus 0.4. So denominator is 0.34. So answer is 0.5 divided by 0.34. So answer is yes, 1.47. Yes. This is your PE ratio. Take it. Now, next question. Now, which of the following are the ways in which investment banks are involved in mergers and acquisition? Now, here they are talking about investment bankers, correct? Now, investment bankers are having 5 different roles. Now, generally, they are helping the companies to identify the target company, to identify, acquired company, to help these type of companies to generate the funds. All these things, these companies are, this investment bankers are doing, correct? Now, here you have 5 different roles given and you need to identify which option is correct here. And remember, this was asked in your PYQ also. So first is arranging mergers. Yes, they are helping acquirers, mergers, both the parties to identify, yes, eligible companies which you can acquire. Then developing defensive strategies. Yes, if someone is trying to do hostile takeover, then investment bankers will come and help you. Like which particular, post or pre-defensive strategies you can use here. Determining fair value. What is your true value here? This financing mergers. Here is one very famous example where we talk about, the Tetley company and Tata company. So Tata company acquired Tetley company by taking funds, that is a loan. So that is also how to generate loans for the merger. That is also suggested by investment banks. Then arbitrage operations. Here they are using the speculative methods to generate the profit. So here all are the 5 features of investment bank. Yes, correct answer is answer D here. The next, for the calculation of the discounting rate in the DCF model, which statement is correct? Free cash flow to the firm is discounted using the cost of equity. Free cash flow to equity is discounted using the WACC. See, both FCFF and FCFE are discounted using the risk-free rate. Or here, free cash flow to the firm is discounted using WACC, while FCFE discounted using the cost of equity. Now, what is this FCFF and FCFE? Now, this means free cash flow to the firm. Okay, this is free cash flow to equity. Now, when we talk about companies, here, when you are taking the debt amount plus equity, when you talk about both of this, take a debt and equity, then that is going to be free cash flow to the firm. But when we talk about specifically equities only, yes, where you have given the ownership, then you are going to apply free cash flow the equity. Yes, this one is very specific one, but free cash flow to the firm is a wider term. Now, for the calculation of free cash flow for the discounting purpose, we are going to use WACC method. This is true. But when we are calculating free cash flow which is available to our equity holders, this time you will be applying only cost of equity. That is also denoted with KE. So right answer is going to be answer D. Okay, here free cash flow is discounted by KE, no. Equity is by WACC, no. FCF and E by risk-free rate. Right answer is answer D. Correct. Next, the degree of operating leverage is calculated as? How you can calculate this degree of operating leverage? Yes. So now when we talk about degree of operating leverage, okay, now we have two methods. Yes. First method is using contribution divided by EBIT. This is the one method. Contribution divided by EBIT. Or you can use one more method like percentage change in EBIT divided by percentage change in this sales. Yes, these are the two methods which you can use for the calculation of DOL. Now, as per the given question, percentage change in EBIT divided by percentage change in sales, this is the right answer. EPS, EBIT, no. EPS to sales, no. Contribution EBT, no. Right answer is answer A. Yes, these are the two methods, any method you can apply here. Yes, now when we talk about financial leverage, degree of financial leverage, again we have two methods to calculate it. Here we can use EBIT divided by EBT, or you can use percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in EBIT. Okay, this is one more method for the calculation of degree of financial leverage. Yes, and last method is your combined leverage, where we take DFL into DOL. Yes, or you can take this formula that is that says EBIT divided by EBT into contribution divided by EBIT. Just we applied these formulas for the calculation of combined leverage. Yes, so these are different formulas which you can apply for calculation of different leverages. Chali, coming to the next one. Suppose a project costs 10 lakhs and yield a profit of 1.5 lakh after depreciation of 10% straight line method, but before tax of 50%. Now, what is the payback period here. Now, what is the meaning of payback period? Payback period tells you the time in which you will get your invested amount. That is what your payback period. Yes, in how many years you can get your invested amount. Let me give you one example before we solve this. Let's say I purchase one car, okay, for 10 years. Yes, I said I will use this car for rental purpose, and every year my rental income is going to be 1 lakh. Yes, so in how many years I can get back this 10 lakhs? Of course, you will say in equal to 10 years. In 10 years, I can get this invested 10 lakhs amount rupees. So this is going to be your payback period amount. Okay, this 10 years is your payback period amount. This is the same concept we need to apply here. But remember one thing, when we are talking about rental income, this is going to be a cash flow after tax. This is going to be cash flow after tax. So as per the question, okay, profit after depreciation. So they are saying you have here profit after depreciation is equal to 1,50,000. Okay. Now here you have tax rate, but this profit 1,50,000 is before taxes. So we need to subtract this tax amount minus tax at the rate 50%. Okay, let's take in. Now 50% is going to be 1,50,000 divided by into 50%. So 75,000 you will pay for the taxes. Now remaining is going to be, of course, 75,000, but this is profit after tax, or you can say earning after tax. Now this is not equal to cash flow after tax. No, this is not equal to cash flow after tax. Why? Because here, while calculation of this profit after depreciation, we have deducted one item known as depreciation. We have deducted this depreciation amount, which is non-cash expense. When you reduce depreciation, there is no actual outflow here. This is just one adjustment entry as per income tax. Okay. So we need to add back depreciation amount. So what is the depreciation amount here? Okay. So they are saying you purchase 10 lakh cost of this project into 10%. So add 1 lakh rupees. So 1,75,000 is going to be cash flow after tax. Now, payback period formula that we are going to apply here as same cash flow will be there. Okay. So we will be applying here initial investment divided by annual cash flow. This is the formula we are going to apply here. So initial investment 10 lakhs divided by 1,75,000. So payback period is going to be 10 lakhs divided by 1,75,000. So answer is very good. 5.71 years. This is a payback period answer. I hope everyone understood this concept. This concept is very important from exam point of view. Okay. Next. Premium paid by target company to buy back its shares from a potential acquirer is called what? Pacman difference, then green bid, green mail, or green option. So here Pacman difference means what? Pacman difference means when acquirer is trying to take your company's ownership, that too in hostile manner, then in return you will start purchasing their shares. So that is what Pacman difference. Pacman difference here means, let's say here is XYZ company. they are trying to do hostile takeover of ABC company. Okay, so now what management of ABC company will decide? They will decide to purchase this XYZ company share. Okay, so now they are taking the ownership of the company ABC. Now ABC also purchase ownership of XYZ. So this is what Pac-Man defends. Now, next one is your green bid. So this is not any strategy. Green option is not your any strategy. Green mail is one strategy which this is one of the defensive strategies which companies are using. Here, let's say again XYZ. This is acquired company. Okay, they are purchasing ABC company, which is target company here. Again, XYZ is doing hostile takeover of ABC. So what ABC can decide? Let's say here XYZ purchased 10,000 shares of ABC at the rate rupees 100. Okay, this is what XYZ paid to purchase ABC. XYZ paid to purchase ABC company, and that too from share market. From share market. But what ABC decided, we don't want to sell our ownership, so they decided that XYZ, we give you one offer. And what offer? That we will be repurchasing shares, this 10,000, and we would like to give you, let's say, 120 per share rupees. So basically, when ABC, target company, acquires by paying premium, that is going to be green mail. So right answer is going to be answer C, green mail. Okay, Pac-Man defense is one more strategy which you can use after, you can say, post offer. Okay, and one more strategy is green mail. Green bid, green options, these are not the right answer. Correct answer is answer C. Next, the stock and debt approach is most suitable for which type of companies? A, sole proprietorship. B, private companies. C, publicly listed companies. D, partnerships. So when we talk about, stock and debt approach, this is one of the way through which you can value any company. Now, as per the stock and debt approach, we are taking market value of equity plus market value of debt. And when we talk about sole proprietorship, we don't have any market value. Private companies, they are not listed companies. Partnership also not listed. So right answer is going to be publicly listed companies, because easily you can identify their market values. And when you can find out easily all this equity and debt values, you are going to use this stock and debt approach. Sorry. Yes, so here answer is C. Next, which of the following represents the correct formula for calculating the PEG ratio? Now, PEG ratio is again very important when we discuss about, different companions with their multiples. So, can you tell me which option is correct here? So we have different, you can say multiples, valuation multiples like price to earning, yes, PE ratio, PB ratio, PS ratio, price to sales, price to book value, price to equity. Now here, when you are going to see their companion variable means what? These are some values which are contributing in primary terms. These are most valuable terms. So that is what companion variable. Like for PE, we have companion variable which is expected growth rate. That is what companion variable of PE. When we talk about PB, we have companion variable that is ROE, return on equity. When we talk about companion variable of PS, price to sales, we have that is NPM, net profit margin. Yes, so here when we use PE multiple with the companion variable, we calculate PEG ratio. And the formula is PE multiple divided by expected growth rate. This is, I'm writing EGR. Yes. Now, Next, if we use PB with their companion variable, we will be getting value ratio. That is equal to PB divided by ROE. When we will be using PS with the companion variable, we will be getting PSM, that is PS divided by NPM. Yes, so right formula is going to be price earning ratio multiplied with this growth rate. Wrong. Growth rate divided by P ratio. No. Earning per share, market share. No. Right answer is going to be price to earning ratio divided by expected growth rate. Yes. And apart from this PE, that is PEG ratio, we have two more ratios, value ratio and PSM. So just we discussed their formulas also. Hana, and this was also asked in your PYQ. Very important from exam point of view. Chaliye. Coming to next. You need to calculate here EV divided by EBIT. And if tax rate is 25% and reinvestment 60%, weight adjusted cost is 10%, growth rate is 8%. Again, as per the given data, we need to use fundamental formula. Okay, from the fundamental angle, if you apply the formula, that is going to be EV divided by EBIT equal to 1 minus tax rate into 1 minus reinvestment rate divided by WACC minus G. So 1 minus tax rate is already given, that is 1 minus 0.25 into 1 minus reinvestment rate. Already we discussed what is this reinvestment. So 0.60 divided by weighted average cost of capital, that is 0.10 minus 0.08. So what is your EV EBIT here? 1 minus 0.25 into 0.4. Numerator is 0.3 divided by 0.1 minus 0.08. 15 is your answer. Now what this particular 15 is all about, remember here as per our EBIT, as per our earning before interest and taxes, our company's valuation is going to be 15 times. If our earning before interest and taxes 1 rupees, correct? Our company's valuation is going to be 15 rupees. That is what we are calculating here. EV means enterprise value. What is the worth? What is the amount of your company? Suppose if I want to purchase your company, so what amount I'm going to pay for that? That value is known as enterprise value. And here we have different multiples through which you can calculate. So one of the multiple is EV EBIT. Based on your EBIT, based on your earning before paying taxes and interest, how much you're going to value your enterprises. So that is what we have calculated here. Yes. So correct answer is answer 15. Correct. Next. Which of the following is not a factor considered in CVP? That is cost, volume, profit analysis. Selling price per unit. B. Volume of production. C. Variable cost and fixed cost. D. Capital structure. So when we talk about CVP, cost, volume, profit analysis means here, yes, correct. Okay. Now here, cost, volume, profit analysis gives you the relationship between the cost, between the units that you are selling and the profit that you are earning. So out of these 4 options, which is not the factor which will use for CVP, selling price, volume of production, variable cost, fixed cost or capital structure. Now see, what is the formula of CVP analysis? Basically, under this CVP, we are calculating profit only. And what is the profit formula? That is sales minus cost. In simple terms, we do this only, sales minus cost. But if I bifurcate this, so what it will be? Selling price per unit into number of units minus fixed cost that is in total, into variable cost per unit into number of units. Okay, so this is your cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost. Fixed cost, these are like fixed in nature, constant in nature, whether you do the production or not, like paying rent, insurance, and all these things. Variable cost means these are directly proportional with the volume of production, like raw material. So this is the formula. Now, selling price per unit is used here. Yes, of course. So this is one of the factors, so you need to eliminate. Volume of production, yes. Number of units that you are selling, purchasing, that is again used here. Variable cost, fixed cost, yes. But capital structure, that is odd one out here. That is not a factor to be considered in CVP analysis. Capital structure means about the funds that you have taken for your business. How much debt, how much equity. But we are not talking about that thing here. So we are not talking about finances right now. So right answer is going to be answered D. An investor earns a yield of 50 rupees from an investment. Now, if the ROI 25%, calculate the cost of investment. Yes. Now, again, this was asked in your PYQ. Cost of investment we need to calculate. So, basically, investor earns a yield that is 15 rupees. Okay, yield means income. That is written, that is income, 50 rupees and from an investment. Now, if the ROI is your 25%, then how much amount you have invested here? So ROI is equal to, okay, your yield, your return divided by investment amount. Correct? So here ROI is given, that is 25%. Yield is given 50 rupees and investment we need to identify. So investment is equal to 50 divided by 25. Yes, that is 200 rupees. Okay. Basically what we are doing in simple terms, if I tell you, for example, you invested 1 lakh rupees in my company. After 1 year, I gave you 10,000 rupees. So what is ROI here? That is going to be 10,000 divided by 1 lakh. You will say 10%. Yes. So here 50, this 10% is given, 10,000 is given. And they are asking about this investment. That is what they are asking here. Now I hope everyone understood what we are calculating here. Okay, chaliye next. Now Priya is the newly appointed branch manager at a regional bank. Now she is responsible for planning branch targets, organizing staff duties, directing tellers, and reviewing performance monthly. Based on this, which of the following best describes the nature of management? Yes. How you are going to define management here? A, B, C, D. A. Management is only concerned with planning and staffing activities. B. Management refers to person running an organization collectively responsible for decision making. Management is a technical function limited to production and finance. Management is an informal process carried out by frontline employees. How you are going to classify this? Yes. Right answer is going to be answer B. Management is technical function which is limited to production and finance. Then what about other departments, staffing, planning, organizing? Who will do it? That is wrong. Management is an informal process. No, that is a formal process which is taken care by each and every level and even each and every employees. Okay. Then management is only concerned with planning and staffing. Again, wrong. Management is about running an organization, collecting responsibilities for decision making. So right answer is answer B. Next, a senior banking professional argues that the management is not common sense alone but a discipline, a culture and an art and science at the same time. Now the statement was originally made by A. Henry Fayol, F. W. Taylor, Peter Drucker, Douglas, option D. McGregor. Yes. So which option is correct here? Who gave this definition? So there are different contributors, Hana. In case of management, they have given different theories. Now, if I talk about Henry Fayol, yes, if I talk about Henry Fayol, he is also known as father of modern management. Okay, and he gave formal organization theory. Now, after that, we have Frederick Taylor. Now, Frederick Taylor, he gave that scientific management. He is also known as father of scientific management. Now, based on this scientific management, it is also known as Taylorism. Hana, because of this Taylor word, we are also going to call it as Taylorism. Then, after this, we have Peter Drucker. Now, he gave one book which is all about management, TRP. Yes, TRP, task, responsibilities, and practices. So, this is given by Peter Drucker, and he said that this management is not at all a common sense. Yes, it is not at all common sense. It is all about discipline, culture, and an art and science at the same time. So, who gave this particular definition here? That is given by who gave? Peter Drucker, F.W. Taylor, or Henry Fayol? So, this definition was given by Henry Fayol. Now, this definition is not given by Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker said, all your employees, if they are achieving the success, if they are achieving the failure, that is all because of management only. No, that is the definition given by Peter Drucker. Okay, and here F.W. Taylor said that all this particular, you can say, scientific management, all this scientific Taylorism, that is what given by F.W. Taylor. Yes. So answer is answer A. No, answer is not C. Peter Drucker didn't give this definition. Oh, sorry. Acha, हाँ, it's not a common sense. It's a discipline, but a culture. Okay, yes. Sorry, my mistake. This is going to be Peter Drucker. Haan, not Henry Fayol. Yes. Acha, Henry Fayol gave that coordination and all about the 6 different types of organizational activities. Yes, correct. Okay. Then, the HR head of a large bank notices that the junior officers are increasingly disenchant. Now, she introduces team-based goals, open communication channels, peer recognition, and this intervention is most consistent with school of management thought. Classical or traditional, quantitative school, neoclassical or behavioral school, system school of management. Now, as per classical or traditional school, we used to consider all our employees equal to slaves, or we can say employees are equal to machine. Okay, that is what given in the classical or traditional school. Then quantitative school, quantitative means here you're going to use some statistics or mathematical tools. Okay. Neoclassical or behavioral school, here we used to consider motivation as one of the factor. Then we have one more, that is system school of management, where we used to consider environment. So tell me, which option is correct here now? Yes. So HR head of a large bank notices that junior officers are increasingly here not satisfied. So they introduced one team-based goals, open communication, and peer recognition, so that they can identify what is actually motivational factor for them and how they can increase their productivity. Yes, that is what given under answers C, motivation. Neoclassical or behavioral school, correct. ठीक है, next. Now a branch manager assumes that her staff are inherently lazy, lack ambitions, dislike responsibilities, and they need to be closely supervised. Now, according to here theory, which manager subscribes to? Theory Y, Z, ERG theory, or theory X? So, as per McGregor's theory, which manager we are describing as per this particular paragraph? See, as per this theory, we have two parts, theory X and Y. Theory X talks about totally negative things. Theory Y talks about positive things of your employees, motivated, not self-centered. They are having innovative ideas and so on. X theory talks about totally negative things, that your management, your employees are not, very active. They are not very, you can say, innovative in work. They are not creative. They are very lazy. They are not ready to take the responsibilities. All these things are. Yes. So here, if you see, they are talking about all the lazy things of their employees. Lazy, ambition, no ambition, dislike the responsibilities. So that is what given by theory X. So right answer is going to be answer D. Yes. Okay. Next, a bank's planning team spends months creating elaborate plans but never proceeds to implementation. Now the team keeps revising and adding new elements to the plan. Now this situation is an example which disadvantage of planning. A, death by plan. B, forestalls adaptability. C, hinders innovation. Then D, lack of concern. Now here, if you read this paragraph again, this particular scenario again, they are saying that, bank's planning team, generally who is considered as a planning team? Top management. Generally they are doing all this planning thing. So they are, spending months to create all this plan, but they never proceeds to the implementation. Why? Because they think that already we know what are the steps to be taken. So they are least interested in the implementation part. So here, team that who is preparing it, they are keeps revising it because they are not aware about the ground level. Yes, so this is one of the disadvantages of planning, which is given through death by plan. This is a very famous quote we use for the top management. They are not aware what is going on the ground level. Okay, so that is what death by plan. Correct answer is answer A here. Very good. Then next, a bank sets the following annual target for its credit officers: that achieve 15% growth in MSME loan portfolio by 31st March with maximum NPA below 2%. Now, which characteristic of SMART goals does this best exemplify? A, simple and achievable. B, specific, measurable, time bound. C, strategic and realistic. D, systematic and accurate. एक कॉफी normal. Yes. So if you read this particular scenario, they are talking about SMART goals. Hana? SMART goals. Now, what is the full form of SMART here? S means specific. M means measurable. A means achievable. R means realistic. T means time bound. This is the full form of SMART. So if you read this paragraph again, as per this, you can see there is one specific target for you. What is the target? That you need to achieve 15% growth in MSME. Number one. Along with this growth, you need to keep maximum NPA, non-performing assets, below 2%. This is your specific goal, given by top management. Then S means specific, so simple, strategic, systematic, all are wrong. Then you have some measurable terms here. You can measure it. 15% level for MSME loan and 2% is the maximum NPA. So you can measure your success based on this targets. Then T, time bound. Yes, within a financial year, within your annual target, they are saying this. Yes, annual target means within 12 months, you need to achieve this target. So this is what given by answer B. You can remember again, this was asked in a PYQ and very important from exam point of view. Okay, coming to the next one. Now a bank introduces political factor analysis under pastel to evaluate risk in entering new market in a developing country. Now which of the following would be considered under political factors? Yes. Inflation rates and interest rates, corruption, labor laws, trade restrictions, tariffs, political stability. C. Age demographics and dominant religions. D. Technological innovations and cybersecurity regulations. Now again, this is very easy question, correct? Because directly if you know what are the political factors, so you can identify here. This question is based on examples of political factors. Yes, right answer is answered B. Acha, inflation rates and interest rates, these are covered under. Tell me. Basically, this question is based on pastel. Hana? P means political, E means economic, S means social, T means technology, L means legal, E means environment. So basically here we are talking about political factors B1, but A that says inflation rates and interest rates, these are covered under economics. Then age demographics and dominant religions, these are covered under social. Then technological innovation and cyber security regulation, technology. Yes, so right answer is going to be answer B, and rest of the examples are for other factors. Next, a bank's policy states that every tailored loan officer manager must receive instructions from only one immediate superior to avoid confusion and conflict of authority. Now, this reflects which principle of organizing? Yes, correct answer. That is economic. So we have different set of principles in it. Okay. So yes, right answer is unity of command. Unity of command says that single person will give you always the order. Yes, if you are getting order from different persons, of course you will feel confused and you will not able to complete your targets. So right answer is yes, principle of unity of command. Okay, not span of control, scalar principle of balance. Then a large public sector bank grants its zonal and regional offices the authority to sanction loans up to certain limits, approve HR decisions locally, respond local market conditions without seeking approval from head office for every decision. A centralized organization, functional, decentralized or line organization. Now, how you are going to classify this particular scenario? Yes. They are saying this is one scenario based question, huh? And it is very common in your ABFM. So basically, yes, you have a large sector bank and regional office or the authority to sanction the loan up to the certain limit. Huh? They are giving you one power to approve it and HR decisions locally and respond local market conditions without again and again taking the approval from the higher authorities. Yes, so that is the best example of yes, correct, decentralized organization. Centralized organization means that single person yes, holds all the power. That is what centralized organization. So this is not the answer. Functional organization based on different departments. You are going to define the targets and power also, like HR department, finance department, cost department, like that. No. So B is also not the answer. Correct answer is yes, answer C. Then last is line and staff organization, where line is equal to regular or day-to-day employees, where staff, they are experts. And they are not taking any final decisions. Final decisions are taken by you only. Okay, next. So this is not the answer. Next, which of the following is an advantage of decentralized organization? A, faster decision making and quicker response to changes. Second, easier coordination among multiple units. Third, greater potential for business expansion. Fourth, higher employee morale through empowerment and trust. So how you are going to classify advantages of decentralized organization? Advantages means what are the positive points of this particular thing. So yes, if you are going for decentralized organization, means here everyone can take the decisions. Yes, every time there is no requirement to again and again ask from your senior authorities. So here first option is correct. So this one is true. Then easier coordination among multiple units. You have easier coordination among multiple units. Easily you can coordinate with each and everyone. Yes. So, okay, so let's keep this on hold. Then let's read the third one. Greater potential for business expansion. Yes. When you are giving authority, you are giving, power to your subordinates. Of course, you can do easy expansion of your business. So this is again advantage. This is true. Higher employee morale through empowerment and trust. Yes. When your senior level employees delegate power, they give you authority to take some decisions, then you feel empowered. You feel that yes, you are a valuable employee of this organization. So fourth one is also correct. But the problem is in second point. Here, second point is one of the disadvantage. Easily you can coordinate, but there are sometimes conflicts between the organizations. Yes, because of the conflicts among the organization, because every time you cannot link each and everyone easily, you cannot coordinate with each and everyone, because let's say if HR department is ready with their target, same target can you assign for production also? No, their targets, their working will be different now. So assigning each and everyone with the same task, with the same mindset, that is a different thing. That is a disadvantage of decentralized organization. So easier coordination is not at all possible in decentralized organization. So this is only the false point here. Correct. So right answer is going to be answer 1, 3 and 4. So right answer is going to be answer A. Just read once all advantages of decentralized and disadvantages of decentralized. Okay. Next, a bank forms a special committee. Here you have experts from Treasury, Credit, IT, HR to solve a complex regulatory challenge. Now, this approach is typical of what? Line, functional, centralized, or committee. Yes. Please identify which option is right here. Okay, so few are saying answer is B. Even D also one answer is coming. See, now what is happening when we talk about, organizations. So remember one thing, we have centralized one where single person is holding the power, or single group like top management, they hold the power. Or we have then decentralized one, where you involve each and every employee or middle level employees also in your decision making. Then you have functional level, functional organization based on different departments. You are creating this. Then one type of organization is line and staff. Line means daily employees, day-to-day employees, and staff means experts, lawyers, CAs, IT department, all these things. So this is line and staff. And last one is committee organization. Now, what is committee organization? Because of one, you can say, fraud, or because of one particular problem, you have created one group. Yes, to resolve that problem, you have created one group, and that is known as committee organization. You can see here, you have created one special committee. Yes, and you have taken experts from different departments. One from treasury, one from credit, one from IT, one from HR. Now, all this different experts will come together and they will form a committee to resolve this, challenge. Correct. This is just for the temporary purpose. And this is known as committee organization. Right answer is answer D. Here, functional means departments you are preparing. Now, right now, I'm not talking about departments. From each department, of course, this treasury is one department, okay, credit is one department, IT is one department, HR is one department. If I talk about only these departments like treasury, credit, IT, HR, then yes, your answer is correct. But here we are preparing, one special committee by taking one employees from this. Suppose there is one fraud in your organization, and for that, to identify the fraud, to resolve that fraud, you have created one committee. So that is committee organization. Now I hope point is clear. Why B is not the right answer and D is the right answer. Okay, chaliye. Right answer is answer D. Next, gangplank is associated with the chain of command. Now, which of the following correctly describes gangplank? A. It enforces strict adherence to the scalar chain in all circumstances. B. It allows bypassing the hierarchy in emergencies, provided the immediate superior is informed. C. It refers to the number of direct reports under a manager. D. It assigns equal authority to all managers at the same level. Now this one is easy. Based on definition, they asked this question. Yes. So in this gangplank, before we discuss this term, generally we follow one hierarchy. Like even in your organization, you follow the hierarchy. You discuss with your senior discuss with the senior. Then like this hierarchy is there. Yes, but in case of emergency, you can directly discuss your problems, or directly you can contact to your superiors, and that is what gangplank. Only this works in case of emergency, not on daily basis you can do this. So that is answer B. Bypassing the hierarchy, informing to your senior, then senior, that will be very time taking. So in case of emergencies, we are going to go with gangplank. Right answer is answer B. Then next, a bank hires an executive search firm and pays an upfront fee to find a senior general manager. The firm presents candidates and the bank selects from them. Now, which type of recruitment is this? Contingency, retained, reverse, or outplacement? Now we have different types of recruitment. Yes, now this question is from staffing. Okay, so now first let's talk about a simple procedure that every bank follows, that is internal. First one is internal recruitment. Now internal recruitment means here, suppose there is vacancy in your bank and you got that promotion. You got the promotion and now they have filled a vacancy. So that is internal recruitment, giving promotion to your existing staff. Correct? That is internal recruitment. Then second is your contingency and retained recruiting. Both are somewhere Same. Okay. Now, let's say here is one company, XYZ company. Now there is vacancy. Okay, let's take this example only. Hana, why to take any other example? They are saying bank hires an executive one ticket for the general position. Okay, so let's say here is a bank, that is XYZ bank. Okay. Now there is vacancy in XYZ bank for senior general manager. This is the job vacancy. Now bank is not searching to fill this particular position. What bank is doing? Bank is appointing one recruiting firm. Bank is doing what? They are appointing one recruiting firm. And now recruiting firm will search for eligible candidates. Okay, they will be doing all these activities. And for doing all these activities, XYZ bank pays some fees to them. Let's say monthly fees, quarterly fees, or annual fees, whatever it is. Okay. So this process, this fees is upfront, whether you appoint that eligible candidate or not. Recruiting firm will get the payment. So this is known as retained recruiting. Here recruiting firm will get compulsory payment. But if you compare with the contingency one, again in contingency one, XYZ bank is there. Okay. Again you have job vacancy for senior general manager. Again you will appoint recruiting firm. Recruiting firm will search for eligible candidates. Everything is same. Then what is the difference between these two? The difference is here, if this XYZ appoints, that suggested employee, that suggested candidates, then only XYZ bank will make the payment. Okay, let's say here, this person is appointed by XYZ. Then only payment will be made. So first this appointment will be there, then payment will be released. So this is the point in case of contingency. But in retained, whether you appoint the person or not, you will make the payment. That is what this retained recruiting. Okay. So here a bank hires search firm and pays an upfront fee to find the senior manager. Now the firm presents candidates and the bank selects from them. So this type is going to be what? Contingency or retained? Yes, right answer is going to be retained recruiting. Okay, not contingency one. Then we have reverse recruiting. Reverse recruiting means what? Now, as per my skill, my qualification, my interest, I will search the companies. That is what reverse recruiting. Outplacement recruiting means here, at the time of layoff, your ex company will help you to build your, CV, your training. They will be giving you the training, all these things, so that you can easily find new companies. That is. So here we are not discussing about contingency, reverse, or outplacement one. Right answer is answer B. Then banks' newly hired relationship managers are assigned to shadow senior manager for 90 days. Now learning through actual client interactions and day-to-day tasks. This training method is off the job, seminar based, on the job, or conference training. Yes, please tell me. Yes. So here when you see, as per the scenario, they are saying bank's newly hired relationship manager. Okay. So here this relationship managers are assigned to shadow their senior managers. Shadow means to work with them, to follow what they are doing. Correct? Like in internship. Yes, if you go for any internship, you are doing work under some seniors, and you are following them. How to do the task, what steps to be taken. So you are following your senior. So that is what shadowing means. So this is going to be on the job training. Okay. Now conference training, seminar training, all these things are based on off the job training. Yes, off the job training. These are the examples of off the job training. Correct. So we have two ways through which we can train: on the job and off the job. On the job means while you are doing the performance, while you are doing the work, you are learning. Okay, like internship. But you are going for separate seminars, training, some workshops. That is off the job. Yes, so right answer is very good. Answer C. Then, in 360-degree feedback performance appraisal, feedback is collected from participants themselves, supervisor, peers, or only from HR department. Yes, which option is correct here? See, now when we talk about performance appraisal, now what is the meaning of performance appraisal? Okay, before the starting of any financial year, you receive the target. Okay, let's say you receive the target to achieve 1 lakh customers. This is your target during this financial year starting. Okay, now as soon as you see the financial year end, your senior will bring actual performance. Okay, let's say you got only 95,000 customers. Means your performance is not up to the mark. Okay, but if let's say if you got 120 customers, means your performance is very good. So of course now you are eligible for some increments, promotion. So that is the same thing we are applying here. Okay, now there are different ways through which we can go for this performance appraisal. One way is employee will talk about their own performance, that I did this part, I've done this thing, I'm a very good performer, I achieved the task. Even in case of some, you can say extra time, I have done the extra work, everything like that. So that is self evaluation you are doing. One more way of doing this performance appraisal is talking with your peers, colleagues. So now HR or your manager is talking with your colleagues, not talking with you. So that is going to be peer assessment. Then one more is that is 360. This 360. Now when we talk about 360 feedback, means everyone will give here, this particular, you can say your performance. You also give your performance, then your supervisors, subordinates, your peers, colleagues, everyone will talk about your performance. Then that is going to be 360 feedback. So of course you are going to be attending that meeting. Supervisors will also give you, colleagues will also participate in it, but only from HR. See, HR can give you, but here they are saying only HR. This only term is wrong. Because of this only written is in this 4th point, that is why it is wrong. So right answer is 1, 2, 3. Answer A. Yes. Okay, so please read your questions very carefully. Just by this one word only, your answer is A. Otherwise, D is your right answer. Okay. Next. Which of the following correctly describes the negotiated appraisal process? Yes, and one last type of performance appraisal process is your negotiated appraisal. Now, in this negotiated appraisal, now you have 3 parties. One, employer, then employee, and here one mediator. Okay, mediator is going to be neutral party. Okay, so the supervisor presents performance review first, followed by the employee. No. The peer groups assess each other without any mediator. No. HR here assigns performance. No. Correct answer is answer B. A mediator is involved. Subject presents first. Subject means employee. First, both the party, employer, mediator will listen to this employee. Emphasizes on positive aspects before constructive criticism. So first we will talk about all the positive aspects and then we will criticize. We will talk about negative points. Directly don't start with a negative one. Correct. So that is what given in answer B. So the right answer is answer B here. Next, a bank's audit team identifies deviations during quarterly review and immediately adjusts operations while the activity is ongoing. Now, this type of control is called A. Feedback control, B. Proactive, C. Concurrent, D. Budgetary. Yes. Tell me. A bank's audit team identifies deviations during the quarterly review and immediately adjusts operations while the activity is going on. Now, when we talk about control, there are three ways through which you can do the controlling. First one is feedback, means after completion. Okay, this is after completion, you will give the feedback. So that is feedback one. Proactive means before starting of any activities, here you are taking the action. Budgetary control is not any one time. Concurrent one means doing your business or ongoing business, you are doing the corrective action. So here bank is identifying, means audit team is identifying the deviations, differences. Okay. And simultaneously here your respective persons are taking corrective action. So that is what? Concurrent. Yes, right answer is answer C. Correct. Next, a bank analyzes its profitability ratio, liquidity ratio, solvencies, turnover ratios to evaluate their performance across departments. So this type of control is called, this control technique is called budgetary, PERT and CPM, financial statement and ratio analysis, break-even analysis. Yes. How do you classify this particular control technique? See, budgetary control means you will be, making the budgets during the start of the financial year, then comparing with the actual. That is what budgetary control. What is PERT and CPM? See, PERT means here program evaluation and review techniques. That is PERT. CPM means critical path method. So for your future targets, your goals, you are using this PERT and CPM. This is also not defined here. Financial statement and ratio analysis is what we are discussing in this particular line. And break-even analysis is what? Where no profit or loss you are incurring. And the formula for break-even in units is equal to fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. This is the formula. Yes, chaliye. Next, CAPM establishes a direct relationship between what? Risk-free rate, inflation, market price and book value, systematic risk and expected returns, or D, liquidity and credit risk. Here when we talk about CAPM, that is capital asset pricing model. Okay, this is your CAPM. So now as per the CAPM, we are talking about the systematic risk and expected returns. Yes, this CAPM is used by investors when they are purchasing equities. They have some expected return. Okay. So based on the expectation, what is the income they want to generate? What is the return they want to generate? That is what calculated with CAPM. Formula for CAPM is required return, expected return equal to risk-free plus beta RM minus RF. Risk-free means that you get from government bonds. Without taking any risk, you are getting some specific returns. Then here beta tells you the relationship between the market and company. Yes, how market and company, these two things are related with each other. Risk, expected return from the market. That is what companies are telling you, expected return from your portfolio. Okay. And from this, you need to subtract risk-free amount. Why you are going to reduce the risk-free amount? Because let's say company is saying we are giving you 16% overall return. But this is not the correct scenario. Because companies are not giving you 16%. Without taking any risk, government is giving you only 6%. So 16 is not going to be answered. Right answer is going to be only 10%. For taking the risk, you are getting only 10% return. Okay? So this 10% is also known as risk premium. Yes, chali. So this is about your CAPM. Next, the financial data of firm A and firm B for the financial year 26-27 provided as under. Okay, you have sales, variable cost, contribution, fixed cost, EBIT and interest. Firm A and then firm B. Now, what is the degree of financial leverage of firm A? What is the formula of this DFL? That is EBIT divided by EBT here. Earning before interest and taxes divided by earning before taxes. So here, if you see this table, okay, firm A, sales minus variable cost will give you contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost will give you EBIT. EBIT minus interest will give you what? This will give you EBT. So 60 minus 25 will give you 35. 60 divided by 35. So 60 divided by 35, that is 1.714. Very good. Okay, so this is your right answer. The next, what is the degree of operating leverage of firm A? Yes, now, what is the formula of DOL? That is going to be contribution divided by EBIT. So, contribution is equal to 90 divided by 60. 90 divided by 60 will give you 1.5. Okay. Now, if I ask you, this is for A. Okay. If I ask you DOL for B, again use the same formula, contribution divided by EBIT. So, contribution for firm B is 100 and EBIT is equal to 60. 100 divided by 60. So, that is 1.67. Yes. Now, let's calculate it DFL for, this is for A. Let's calculate it for B. So, EBIT that is 60 divided by 40. So, 60 divided by 40, that is 1.5. Yes. This is about degree of financial leverage for firm A, 1.714, for B, 1.5. For contribution, for degree of operating leverage, DOLA 1.5, DOLB 1.67. This is how you need to calculate, leverages. Okay. Now, you need to calculate what is the degree of combined leverage, that is total leverage of firm A here. Tell me, what is here DCL for A? We need to multiply DOL with the DFL. Yes. So, just we calculated now. DFL, that is 1.714. 1.714 into DOL is already given. That is 1.5. So 1.5 into 1.714, that is 2.571. How come you got 3 here? Acha, I think you are talking about B. Okay, so let's calculate for B here. 1.67 into 1.5. 1.5 into 1.67. That is also 2.505. But how come you got here a 3? Please check your answer once. Okay. Chale. So please check your answer once here. Now, coming to next question. Use the data below to answer the multiple choice questions. Okay. So right now we have only one question here. So initial investment $200, risk adjusted rupee in India, discount rate is 11. Then notional risk free rate in India and USA, that is 5% and 8%. Current spot rate is given, that is $1 equal to 90. Using the interest rate parity, the expected spot rate for the second year end is approximately what? Yes, please tell me. Here you need to calculate spot rate for the second year end. Okay, so what is the formula we are going to apply here? Equal to S0 into 1 plus RH divided by 1 plus RF. This time power would be 2. Yes, so what is your S0 here? That is 90 into 1 plus RH. Always remember, in numerator you are going to use home, or generally we are going to use India notional risk free rate. Okay. Then RF, here we are going to use your foreign notional risk free rate here. So this is going to be 1 plus RH for India. What is the notional risk free rate? That is 5%. So 0.05 divided by 1 plus for USA, that is 0.08 to the power 2. Okay. Okay. So first you need to solve bracket here. 1.05 divided by 1.08 equal to. Okay, whatever answer you will be getting, press one time multiply button and press one time equal to. Okay. Yes. Then whatever you get the answer, just multiply with the 90. So you will be getting correct 85.069. Always remember, it is not going to be 100%. That answer in future will be higher than your current. In future, exchange rate can be any value, no? Lower than 90 also, above than 90 also. So be ready for any type of calculation. Correct? So here, $1 would give you 85.069 after 2 years. Okay, chalo. Then, in the discounted cash flow DCF approach, the value of an investment is determined based on the dash of its expected future cash flows. Yes. So here in your DCF model, when we apply time value of money, the value of an investment is determined based on the dash of its expected future cash flows. Yes, present future value, present value, or book value. How we determine the values here? Yes, by taking the present value. है ना? चलिए next. A company has an unlevered beta 1 debt to equity 0.5, and the tax rate 30%, current risk-free 5%, and expected return market portfolio 14%, levered beta 1.56. So here you need to calculate expected return of this company's stock according to CAPM. Yes. So as per your CAPM, you need to calculate expected return. Now this expected return means, as an investor, if I purchase this company's share, how much I am going to, get the return from the investment amount. So how to calculate the CAPM value? Expected return equal to RF plus beta RM minus RF. So here RF is going to be what? This is going to be risk-free investment. Beta means relationship between market and company. Yes, but as per this question, we have two different types of beta. One is unlevered beta and one more is levered beta. So remember, if you see two types of beta, unlevered and levered, always you need to go for the levered beta. Hana, this is your levered beta, okay, not your unlevered beta. Now RM, this is your expected market portfolio return. Yes, so let's solve this now. And the corporate tax rate, it's a risk-free return is given, that is 5 plus levered beta is 1.56, then 14 minus 5. So this is going to be 14 minus 5 into 1.56 plus 5. So answer is going to be 19.04. Correct? Now, what to do with this values, that is unlevered, debt to equity or corporate tax rate? Nothing. This is just your extra information. Okay? This three information, 1, debt equity 2 and corporate tax rate. All this three information is your extra information. We are not going to use this information in calculation of CAPM. And remember, this is very important from exam point of view. Yes, again and again they're asking questions based on this CAPM. Chaliye. Now next. The following 4 factors have been identified as explaining a stock's return and their sensitivities, that is beta, to each factor. Now, along with the associated risk premium have been calculated. Interest rates, beta and risk premium, industrial production, oil prices, exchange rate fluctuations, and the risk-free rate. Now remember, in your CAPM, we are talking only about share market. Here we talk about only share market. But in reality, when you are investing in any company, only the share market information won't affect your decision, won't affect your return. There are other factors also which will affect your, return. So as per other factors also, you need to expect what return you want from any company. So what are the other factors we have, like pastel? If we talk about pastel analysis, that is one of the answer. Yes, apart from that, as per this question also you can check, apart from exchange rate fluctuations, share market, you have interest rates, this is IR first factor, then industrial production one factor, oil prices one more factor, exchange rate is one factor, and risk-free rate. Yes, so these are other factors which we need to adjust. Now, how to calculate expected return when more than one factors are given? So for that we need to apply APT formula, arbitrage pricing formula. Now, APT formula tells you expected return is equal to, always remember, whether you are calculating CAPM, whether you are calculating APT, always you want risk-free. You want risk-free return, because apart from government bonds, if you invest anywhere, you are going to bear the risk. So first of all, you want risk-free return from those companies. So risk-free plus, here risk premium into beta of the first factor, that is IR, plus risk premium into beta of industrial production plus risk premium into beta of oil prices, then risk premium into beta of exchange rate fluctuations. Okay. So just use all the values. Here you have 3 plus 0.76 into 5%, then add with 1.0 into 3% plus minus 0.4 into 9% plus 0.7 into 6%. Now remember, here we have one negative symbol also, है ना? This is our negative symbol. Correct? So always remember plus minus will give you minus answer. So we need to subtract this value. We need to subtract this value which you will be getting here from the remaining answer. Okay, minus minus will give you plus. Minus plus will give you minus. And plus plus only gives you the plus. Okay, so what is the right answer here? That is 10.40. Yes, right answer is 10.35%. Okay, I'm getting 3.5. Okay. No, correct answer is 0.4 only. Okay. Right answer is 0.4 only. Okay. So this is about APT formula. Okay. So now let's take one short break, and after this again we will be continuing with our session. So let's take break for 15 minutes. Okay. I think that much will be enough for your dinner. And make sure we are going to continue in this session only, and uh, again we will be continuing with numerical questions and theoretical questions, है ना? And our time for today's session will be only 10 p.m. So please make sure you watch this session till the end. Yes, so let's take break equal to for 15 minutes. So we will be restarting this session around 8:20 p.m. Okay. Okay, everyone. So see you after break. Hello everyone. If you are back, then please confirm me once about audio and video quality. Venkatesh sir, please share your query in my WhatsApp group or Telegram group, so I will discuss with the team. Hello everyone. If you are back, then please confirm me about audio and video quality. Okay, so let's continue the session now. Next question on your screen. The following data is provided about the risk-free discount rate in country X and the risk-free discount rate in country Y. Now, the risk-adjusted discount rate required by a specific company in country Y is 18%. Now, calculate the risk-adjusted discount rate in country X, which will be acceptable to the company. Now, what we are going to calculate here, we need to calculate here discounting rate, which is also your RADR. Yes. Now, this discounting rate means, suppose till now we discussed if you are starting any business in India, what is our, return? Okay, what as a company we are expecting to generate? That is what we are calculating for India. But now, if we are starting any new business, okay, let's say in USA, correct? So what return we can expect there? That is what we are going to calculate in this particular question. So we have country X and country Y. Here, let's say country X is your USA and country Y is your India. So for country Y, we have risk-free, that is 9%, and RADR, that is risk-adjusted discount rate for country Y is 18%. Means here, what we can expect from any investment, that is 18% in country Y. So we need to use one method. What is the method we are going to apply here? 1 plus RJ, that is going to be RADR. This is RADR value equal to 1 plus RP into 1 plus RF. Now remember one thing, whenever you are solving this particular question, you need to assume 1 plus RP as constant value. Okay, this is going to be same for both the countries. Correct. So now let's use all the values here. So for country Y, we are calculating first. So for country Y, we have RADR, that is 0.18 equal to 1 plus RP, that is missing here, 1 plus RF, that is 9%. So 0.09. So what is the value of 1 plus RP in this? That is equal to 1.18 divided by 1.09. So that will give you 1.0825. Yes, this is the value. Now, here I already told you one thing, that 1 plus RP is going to be constant. Same for both the countries. Means now if we are calculating for country X, RADR, if we need to calculate, we need to apply the same formula, 1 plus required rate of return equal to 1 plus RF into 1 plus RP. So 1 plus RF value, sorry. Okay, that is going to be 0.05 into 1.0825. So if you multiply this 1.05 into 1.0825, this will give you 1.1366. So 1.1366, 1 plus RJ. So RJ is equal to 0.1366, or in percentage you can write 13.66%. This is your answer, 13.66. Okay. If you're taking after decimals 3 digit, your answer will be different. If you're taking after decimals 2 digit, your answer will be different. So because of this decimals that we are opting, our answer will fluctuate. Otherwise, our procedure is correct. So if you're getting 0.67 or 0.61, your answer is right. Okay, don't worry about that thing. Next, capital rationing refers to a situation where A, funds are unlimited and the management must decide how to allocate them to suitable projects. B, very few feasible investment proposals are available with the management. C, funds are restricted and the management must choose from amongst the available alternative investments. Or D, none of the above. Yes, tell me. When we are talking about capital rationing, how we define it, it is a situation whenever funds are limited. Yes, companies are saying we won't be raising any further investments. We won't be giving you any extra funds. Whatever funds you have generated, just apply it and calculate your, maximum output. So that is going to be answer C. Capital rationing means funds are restricted and the management must choose from available alternative investments. So right answer is going to be answer C. Okay, this is your right answer. Funds are unlimited? No. Very few feasible investment options? No. Right answer is answer C. Then, the situation where a project may have multiple IRRs typically arises under which of the following conditions? A, when the project has a very long useful life. B, when initial investment is extremely large. C, when the project generates conventional and consistent cash flows. Means same type of cash flows you are generating. Hai na? Or D, when the project has non-conventional or casual or interruptive cash flows. When your cash flows are fluctuating, when your cash flows are not constant, then what type of, you can see the IRR multiple. Yes, multiple IRRs you are going to generate, because every time your answer is fluctuating, every time your cash flow is fluctuating, so your IRR will also fluctuate. Now, IRR is what? That is your internal rates of return. That is your expected rate that you are generating. This is the expected return that you are calculating here. Okay. Now, there is one rule which you need to follow in case of IRR. If IRR value is greater than cost of capital, yes, are you going to accept the project? Yes, you will accept the project because your expected return is greater than your cost of capital, your expenses. Then, this is the first rule. Second, if IRR value is less than cost of capital, you will reject the project. Why? Because your expenses are higher. Okay. So right answer of this question is yes. Answer D. And these are the two rules which you need to follow in case of MIRR. Next. The management is assessing profitability using traditional CVP analysis and activity-based analysis for children's cycle. Now, monthly demand for children's bicycle is 10,000 units. So, this is about monthly demand. Okay. 10,000 is the demand. Now, we have one table. Here, we have traditional CVP analysis, monthly demand in production 10,000. In case of traditional also, and in case of activity-based costing. Now, traditional method says whatever expenditure you are doing, just add all the expenditure to can get the profit. But in case of activity-based costing, you are going to add only those expenses which are relevant for your calculation. Let's say your company is manufacturing 3 different types of product. Okay, product A, B and C. Earlier, if we talk about traditional method, yes, let's say for the quality check. Okay, quality check is one common expenditure. Now, for the quality check, you are paying A 10 rupees, 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Okay, total 30. But this is not the actual expenditure for all the 3 expenses. Okay. Generally, in traditional method, we used to allocate equally all this expenditure. But in reality, if we talk about, okay, in actual sense, if you see, A used only 5, okay, 5 rupees for the quality check, B used 15 rupees for the quality check, and here C used 10 rupees for quality check. So this is how we got that 30. So here, as per ABC activity-based costing, whatever common expenditures we are doing, we are allocating, our product wise. We are not going to combine it. Okay, that is the difference here. Chaliye. So now let's calculate with the first question. Now, under the traditional CVP analysis, what is the monthly profit for children's bicycle? Now, here we need to calculate profit for children's bicycle by using this column. Yes. See, so here we have 10,000 monthly demand. Okay, we have selling price per unit. So we need to start with the selling price. Selling price is equal to 8,000 minus variable cost. Yes, that is 7,500. So this will give you contribution per unit. So 8,000 minus 7,500, that is 500. Now we need to multiply this contribution per unit 500 with number of units. That is equal to 10,000. So this will give you total contribution. 10,000 into 500. That is 50 lakhs. Now from 50 lakhs, we are going to reduce fixed cost. And that is 10 lakhs. So your answer is yes. Correct answer is 40 lakhs is your profit. Okay, so right answer is answer D. This is how we need to calculate profit. Now, coming to next part of this question. Now, what is the total setup cost as per the ABC system? Now, let's read this last paragraph given over here. Okay. Now, under this, under activity-based costing, that is ABC, it was identified that certain cost, like machine setup, can be separately allocated. Now, this machine setup cost is a separate cost which you can identify here. Okay. And here, machine is used in batches of 25 units, which leads to 400 batches. So how we got this 400 batches? Total cycles we want to manufacture here 10,000. And if we divide with 25, we will be getting 400 batches. And 10,000 cycles we need to manufacture and we are going to produce in batches. So 25 per batch we are going to produce. Yes, and how many total batches we are going to use here? 400 batches. And for setting up each, setup, that would cost you 500. Means total 2 lakhs. So how we got this 2 lakhs? We got this 2 lakhs. 400 into 500. Okay, 400 total batches we want, 100 total sets we want, and per set we are going to incur 500. 500 into 400, that will give you 2 lakhs. Yes, now, and above the 8 lakh monthly fixed cost. So if you read the question here, they are saying what is the total setup cost? What is the total setup cost for setting this particular, ABC practice? Here you are going to incur this 2 lakhs as your total setup cost. So right answer is going to be answer B. It is given in this last paragraph. Yes. So each setup cost 500, totaling 200 in setup cost. So for every time when you are going for the manufacturing, production, 2 lakhs is the cost. So right answer B. Now next. Now next one is very easy question. XYZ Limited is expected to pay a dividend of 5 per share 1 year from now. The dividends are expected to grow at 6% per annum. Now, if an investor desires a 12% return on investment, what is the fair price of the share according to the Gordon's growth model? Yes? In one batch, we have 25 units. That is our units. 25 cycles in one batches we have. Hana? Total, we have 10,000 cycles. This is our total. Okay? And in one batch, we have 25 cycles. So that is how we got here 400. So total in 400 batches, you are going to produce this 10,000 cycles. And for each batch, we are going to use this 500. Okay. Now, XYZ is expected to pay a dividend that is 5 per share 1 year from now. The dividends are expected to grow 6% per annum if an investor desires 12%. What is the fair price? See, they can also tell you to calculate intrinsic value. Fair price, intrinsic value. Okay. So, P0 equal to D1 divided by R minus G. Gordon's growth model or constant growth model. Same formula we are going to apply. So here this 5 is what? This 5 is D1. Okay. R is your 12%, 0.12 minus 0.06. So 5 divided by 0.06. So 5 divided by 0.06, that will give you 83.33 rupees. So this is the actual value, intrinsic value, fair value of shares. Now how to calculate D1? If they are not giving you D1, see, D1 means expected dividend, future dividend. All these things are hint that this is your D1. If D1 is not given, they are going to give you D0. D0 into 1 plus G. How to know that it is a D0? If they are talking about current dividend, paid dividend, then that is what? D0. These are some terms they are going to use it here. Okay. So this is about Gordon's growth model. Now, next. Which of the following statements correctly describes the strategic beliefs and understanding of an organization as per strategic management principles? Yes. Now we have different principles here. Vision, mission, clientele, resources. Now you need to identify which particular option is correctly defined here. Vision focuses only on current products and services, not future direction. Mission refers to the image of the organization. See, clientele understanding, including recognizing both past and current target customers. D. Resources, competencies are fixed and not required, change over time. So when we talk about strategic management, we have different objectives. So there are 5 different objectives. Mission, yes, who you are right now, what you are doing at present, that is mission. Vision, about future, what you want to achieve. Okay. So future direction and what it intends to achieve, that is. Clientele, about your customers, which type of customers you want to focus, which type of customers you have at present, and in future which type of customers you want to target. Then resources, here from where we'll get the resources, how it can value your organization, that is what. Then last is present and future. Who are your present competitors? Who are your future competitors? How you will survive in this competitive world. So that is what covered under present and future. Now let's read. Achha, you all are saying answer is C. Okay. Now let's read about option A. Vision focuses only on current products and services, not future. This is wrong. Okay. Now, let's see the D1. Resources and competencies are fixed and do not require change over time. No, as per the competition, as per the resources available, we need to modify our, target. We need to modify our working. So, this is also wrong. Now, let's evaluate C. Clientele understanding includes recognizing both past and current target customers. So if you read this line carefully, see they are saying past and current target. In current, we never prepare any target, no. Why you are going to target your current customers? What about your future customers? Are you going to stop your working in future? What is about going concern here? See, if you read this clientele, its scope, meaning, thereby, main clientele now, present, and those in the future. So basically, we talk about here current clients and about future target clients. We never discuss about past and current targets customer. We discuss about current and future clients. Okay, so that is the reason correct answer is not C. Right answer is answer B. Mission refers to the image of the organization. That is right. Answer is B here. Okay, I hope you got this. Even you can read this paragraph here which I have attached here. Okay. Potential clients that are and will remain outside its scope. So that is what we are focusing to retain. Next. Which of the following entails dividing a large corporation such as a conglomerate which is comprised of various divisions into multiple independent businesses? Stock split, amalgamations, share buyback or demerger? Yes, everyone. Now, when we talk about stock split, it's like dividing our stock. Let's say here, let's say you have divided your stocks. That is one share. Now you have half share. Okay, that is not stock split. We are not doing stock split here. That is wrong. Amalgamation. Amalgamation is a very wider term. Under this, you're going to do mergers, acquisitions, takeovers, and all. That is not. Share buyback. Share buyback means whatever shares you have issued in the market. Let's say this is your XYZ company, and you have issued shares, let's say, to public. Now, when you are repurchasing, when you repurchase your share, that is what share buyback. We are not talking about share buyback. We are talking that dividing large corporations into small groups, small divisions. Then that is demerger. Correct. Right answer is answer D here. Okay, that is demerger. Very good. Next. The equity share of ABC Private Limited presently generate a dividend payment of ₹4 per year. Now the growth rate as of right now is 30%. On the other hand, this will decrease in a linear fashion over the course of 10 years. Then it will level off at 10%. What is the company's intrinsic worth per share, assuming that investors require a return of 15% on their investment? Before you solve this question, tell me which formula you are going to apply here. Yes? Which formula you are going to apply here? So when we need to calculate this intrinsic worth, and we have different formulas, like we have constant growth model, okay, we have zero growth model, we have two-stage model, H model, three-stage model. These are the 5 different models. Now, so correct answer is going to be two-stage or H model only. Any one of these. Now see how to identify whether it is a two-stage model or H model. Okay, chaliye. So let's talk about first these two things. So remember, in case of two-stage model, okay, whenever you see these two-stage model, you will see the first hint that is going to be about two different growth. Two different growth rates you will see here. Yes, one is going to be exceptionally high growth rate and next one will be your normal growth rate. Then B is going to be, sharp decline. There will be one sharp decline. Okay. These are the two hints that you are going for two-stage model. But now, when we work practically, if we run any business practically now, you won't see any sharp decline in the business. Slowly and gradually, your business will fall. Yes. So here we have next one, that is modern way of calculating this two-stage model, that is H model. So here again we have the common thing, that is again you will see here two different growth rates. Okay. Same like exceptionally high growth rates, then you will see one normal growth rate which everyone is taking earning here. Then second, which is going to be differentiating between two-stage and H model, that is going to be your linear decline. Linear decline means over the period, slowly and gradually you will decline that rate. That is what linear decline. So in this H model, we say that every business will not fall all of a sudden. From 40 to 10, this is not going to be a scenario. Over the period, you will see the decline. From 40, then 35, then 28, then 23, then 18, 15, 14, 11, and then somewhere you will come around 10%. So that is what linear fashion. Okay, I'm not saying linear fashion here. This is what I have given the example. But linear fashion means this is how you slowly and gradually you will decline. Equally over the periods, you will see the fall down. So if you read this question, now can you tell me which method you are going to apply? Two-stage or H model? First thing you can say here that we have, first growth rate, that is GA equal to 30%. Okay. And over the period, you will see decline in this growth rate and somewhere it will become constant at 10%. Yes. And this will happen in life of 10 years. So, and one more thing, they are saying that linear fashion will be there. Okay. This is your linear fashion. Equally, you will divide here. So, because of these two hints, we are going to say we are applying here H model. We are going to apply which model? H model. Okay. So, what we need to calculate here? We need to calculate again intrinsic value of your share. So, PO is equal to D0 into 1 plus GN divided by R minus GN. This is your one bracket plus in next bracket D0 into H in bracket GA minus GN whole divided by here R minus GN. This 10% which is normal growth rate, that is going to be your GN, and this exceptionally high growth rate, that is going to be 30% GA. Now what is H here? H tells you the time period in which you will decline from higher growth rate to the stable growth rate. So that is H equal to life divided by 2. So they are saying in 10 years time period, you will see the decline. So this is 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. Now let's put the values. What is D0 here? D0 value is already given. That is 4. Remember, they are saying D0, not D1. Hana, in two-stage model, they are saying here to use D0. So that is 4 into 1 plus 0.10 divided by, what is it here? R, that is 15%. 0.15 minus 0.10 plus 4 into what? H value 5 into 0.30 minus 0.10 divided by 0.15 minus 0.10. So here you will get 4 into 1.1 divided by 0.05. So first bracket answer is going to be 88. Yes, second bracket is going to be 0.3 minus 0.1 into 5 into 4 divided by 0.05. That is 80. Yes, so if you add these two values, you will get 168. This is your answer. Yes, this is how we need to calculate for H model. Yes, remember one thing, in exam also they can ask about the brackets. Like this first bracket talks about normal growth rate. Okay, means in your second stage when you will be getting normal growth rates, this is what the first bracket talks about. Now this second bracket talks about the exceptional high growth rate time period. Yes, so in exam they can give you this numerical question also without any options. They can ask you theoretical questions like for the calculation of normal growth rate, which particular you can use the formula, that is first formula, that is first bracket formula or second bracket formula. Like this type of questions also they can frame. So this is about your H model. Now here your formula is also given. Wait. Next, an investment of 1,50,000 is expected to yield a cash flows of 50,000 at the end of 1 year, 60,000 at the end of second year, and 80,000 at the end of third year. Now, if the discount rate is 12%, calculate the PI, profitability indexed. When we started today's session, in initially in 5 to 6 question only, we discussed about discounting methods. Capital investment decision. When we solve ARR question, during that time we discussed in capital investment decision, we have two different methods. One is discounting methods where we need to apply time value of money, and next is non-discounting methods like using ARR, accounting rate of return, or applying payback period method. Yes. Now in this discounting methods, we have NPV, we have IRR, and we have one more method, that is PI, MIRR. Yes, then you have discounting payback period method. So these are the methods you have under discounting. Now this question is based on this PI. Yes, even in your PYQ, there is one question based on PI, based on the formula. Correct? Now what is the formula of PI? PI equal to discounted cash inflow divided by discounted cash outflow or initial investment. So this is a formula. Okay. Now if you see here, an investment already given, investment value, that is 1,50,000. So directly we will be taking this 1,50,000. But because of this investment, you will be generating future cash flows 50,000, 60, 80, ticket year by year. So let's say this is your year 1, 2, 3, and these are your future cash flows. That is 50,000, 60,000, 80,000. Now you need to multiply with 12% interest rate. Now how to calculate this interest rate? 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. This is the formula we are applying here. So 1 divided by 1.12, if you press 1 time, equal to 0.893, then 0.797, then 0.712. Now so many times they are giving this particular data ticket. This present value factor they will give in exam. Now after this, what you need to do? You need to multiply these two columns. So you will be getting present value of future cash flows. So 50,000 into 0.893, that is 44,650. Then 60,000 into 0.797, that is 47,820. 80,000 into 0.712, that is going to be 56,960. So if you add this 44,650 plus 47,820 plus 56,960, so total is going to be 149,430. Thank you. Yes. So total value is going to be 1,49,430. So here divided by 1,50,000, if you do, you will be getting 0.996 something. Yes. So it is approximately somewhere related to 1 now. It is somewhere 1. Okay. So don't go with the 0.80. Somewhere it is going to be 0.9962. So we can say PI is somewhere equal to 1. Acha, now tell me, if PI is less than 1, so are you going to accept this project or are you going to reject the project? If PI is less than 1, then what decision you will be taking? Yes, always remember there is one rule. If PI is less than 1, we will reject it because that is going to be non-profitable business. And if PI is greater than 1, you will be accepting it. Correct? Because that will be your profitable business. And higher the PI, higher your profit. This is your thumb rule. Higher your profit, higher your PI, higher your profit. Okay, so this is your thumb rule which you need to remember. And correct answer for this question is going to be answer B. Okay, chaliye. Now coming to next question. A company reports a retention ratio of 67% for the current financial year. Now the manager wants to know what percentage of earning is being paid out as dividends to shareholders. Now, what is the company's dividend payout ratio? You need to calculate here. Yes. So when we started, calculating about DPR, dividend payout ratio, formula is 1 minus B. Yes. So this is going to be 1 minus 0.67. So value is going to be 0.33. Direct question. That is answer B. So remember the concepts. If you know the concepts, question is going to be very easy. That is B or A or B. 1 minus 0.67. Answer is B. So please check your answer once again. Next. Now, which of the following is a common exit strategy for venture capitalists? A. Debt financing, management buyouts, private buyouts. B. IPO, acquisition, sale of the stake to promoters or outsiders. C. Long-term holding of shares without any exit. D. Government buyouts, bank loans, or IPOs. Yes, out of these four options, which is the right answer here? Correct. So here, common strategies that any venture capitalist can opt, that is going to be answer B. IPOs, then acquisition, sale of the stake to the promoters or outsiders. Right answer is answer B here. The next, which of the following is not a condition for an entity to be recognized as a startup under Startup India Action Plan? Even this was asked in your PYQ about Startup India Action Plan. A. The entity must be incorporated as a private limited company, limited liability partnership, or partnership firm in India. B. They must work on innovations, improvement, or scalable business with high potential for employment or wealth creation. The entity's annual turnover since incorporation must not exceed 100 crores in any financial year. Or D. An entity must have been formed for the reconstruction or splitting up of an existing business. Which one is odd one out here? See, now when we talk about startup company, so there is one definition which you need to fulfill. First, this company must be a private company, LLPs, or partnership firm. Okay, this is the first point. Now, next thing you need to check about incorporation. So, from the date of incorporation, only up to 10 years, you can call your company as a startup company. Then next, after this, when we talk about the turnover, so that turnover should be up to 100 crores. Previously, it was given 25 or 50, whatever it is. No need to remember that turnover limit. Now your new turnover is up to 100 crores. Yes. And one more thing. This is about startup definition. But any company, if because of demerger or because of split up, okay, if you are forming any company because of this demerger or split up of any existing company, then that company cannot be known as a startup here. So you need to say D is the right answer because rest of the points are required to be known as a startup. But D is odd one out here. Yes, right answer is D here. Okay, chaliye. Next. VLC Limited has a NPM of 10% and a growth rate of 13%. Now, VLC dividend payout ratio is 1 minus B is 0.4 and R is 0.2. Now, from a basic point of view, that is fundamental, VLC's PS multiple is, we need to calculate now. So, formula of this price to sales multiple is equal to NPM into 1 plus G into 1 plus B divided by R minus G. Okay. So this is the formula you need to apply here. Now NPM is what? Net profit margin. So already value is given 0.10, 1 plus 0.13, 1 minus. So tell me, are you going to take directly 0.4 or going to take 1 minus 0.4? Yes, tell me for this 1 minus 0.4 or directly 0.4? How you will be calculating this part? See, if you're saying you're going with 1 minus 0.4, that means you are doing 1 minus b. Okay, so 1 minus 0.4, this will give you 0.6. And this 0.6 refers to your DPR ratio, dividend payout ratio, correct? But already they are saying the dividend payout ratio is 0.4. So don't do this part. Don't subtract with 1 means 1 minus 0.4. No need to do this. Already they have solved this and they have given you 0.4 as your DPR. Correct. 0.4 we need to take. Whole divided by 0.2 minus growth is 0.13. So what is the answer here? 0.1 into 1.13 into 0.4 divided by 0.2 minus 0.13. So that is 0.07. So answer is 0.6457. Okay. Now what we are valuing here? We are valuing here from our sales to our company's market price. Okay. So this is the relationship between sales and the current market price. Next. Now, what is a primary characteristic of bootstrapping in the context of startup? Yes. Now, whenever you start any business, first of all, you need to remember you are going to use your own funds. Yes. And whenever you are using your personal funds, that is known as bootstrapping. Even this was asked in your PYQ. What is the meaning of bootstrapping? When you are investing your own funds. Okay. So using external funding sources, no, that is not at all possible in your initial time period. Then relying on crowdfunding platforms, no, that is not a bootstrapping. Seeking loans from banks, why any bank or NBFC will give you when you have just started the business? No one have trust in your business, no? So right answer is going to be growing the company solely with internal resources and revenue. So right answer here is answer B. Correct. The next, if the beta of security is 0, now what would be its required rate of return according to CAPM? Now they are saying if your beta here is equal to 0, okay. Now let's assume few datas here. Let's assume RF is equal to 6% and RM is equal to, let's say, 10%. Okay. Now, what is the CAPM formula? CAPM formula is required rate of return is equal to RF plus beta into RM minus RF. So here 6 plus 0, as they are saying as per the question, 10 minus 6. So this is going to be 6 plus 0. So answer is equal to 6. So which is your option here? Correct. So here your required rate is going to be equal to the return on the market portfolio? No. Equal to the risk-free rate. So here's the proof also. You can refer to this. This is one example where we discussed about how when your beta is equal to 0, your return is going to be equal to risk-free. It is not 0 or cannot be determined. Correct. Next. A taxpayer in India may generally carry forward business losses for a period of up to dash assessment years succeeding the assessment year in which the loss was first computed. So remember, in India, you can take any, carry forward of losses for 8 assessment years. So here right answer is answer 8. Okay. Next. Now we have Global Tech Limited is evaluating a project in the US with the following projected cash flows. So now we have first table in which you have cash flows in dollars. Okay. And next is about the spot rates. Okay. Next we have INR, present value factors, and PV. Now we need to assume some inputs here. Spot rate is $1 equal to 80 per dollar. India risk-free rate 7%. US risk-free rate 4%. Rupee discount rate is equal to 12%. So now, first what we can calculate here. Okay. So first let's read the MCQs also. What is the forecasted exchange rate at the end of the third year? Okay, so what we need to calculate here is 3. Okay, so let's calculate. Okay, so first thing we need to calculate is third year spot rate. What is the formula for calculation of spot rate, exchange rate? That is equal to S0 into 1 plus RH divided by 1 plus RF to the power 3. Because we need to calculate now for the third period. Then S0 is already given over here, that $1 is equal to rupees 80. So now already hint is given that $1 is equal to 80. 1 plus notional risk-free rate. Here you can check, that is 7% for India. Always remember first. Okay, just a moment. Now please check. I hope now table is visible. Okay. Now while calculation of your spot rates, always remember first RH means first you will be taking India risk-free notional rate. Then F means foreign. F means foreign. So in numerator 0.07 divided by 1 plus 0.04 to the power 3. So 80 into, please calculate the value now. 1.07 divided by 1.04 equal to into 1 and 2. So 1.089. So S3 is equal to 1.089 into 80. That is 87.12. So here for the third year, 87.12 is your answer. This is your third year spot rate for $1. Yes. Now, next question they are asking here, what is the present value at the end of the third year? Okay, now what we need to calculate? Present value at the end of the third year. Okay, so they want this value. Okay, so can you tell me INR value here first? INR value is going to be just multiply $50 into 87.12. $50 into 87.12. 4356. That is your third year INR cash flow. But we need to calculate their present value. So just multiply with 0.712. So that is 3101.472. So here your answer is going to be present value at the end of the third year is 3101.472. Okay. Next. Now what is the net present value of the project? Now what is NPV? NPV equal to sum of present value of future cash flows minus initial investment. Yes. So if we refer to this table again, okay, already we know here a third year value, present value. Now let's calculate for the first year. First year value. So tell me what amount you are going to write in the INR flow. What amount you will write here? In second column, INR flow. 30 into 82.31. 30 into 82.31. That is 2469.3. And what is its present value? Just multiply with 0.893. So that is 2205.08. So what is your total present value of future cash flows? 2205.08 plus 2698.44 plus 3101.47. So this is going to be 8004.99. Yes. So as per the NPV calculation, now we know sum of present value of future cash flows, that is 8005 also we can write. Now tell me initial investment. Yes, tell me initial investment. Initial investment. See, if you're saying you will be subtracting directly with this 100 because that is what initial outlay. But remember, this 100 initial outlay is in dollars. So you cannot subtract rupees 800 minus dollar hundreds. Yes or no? So you need to multiply this with the spot rate, that is 80. So this will give you rupees 8005 minus rupees 8000. So this will give you rupees 5. This is your NPV. Okay. This is your NPV. Tell me, are you going to accept this NPV or reject? Are you going to accept this NPV or reject? We are going to accept this, Hana. If NPV is equal to positive, accept it. If NPV equal to negative, reject it. Okay, this is the rule. This is the rule for NPV calculations. Yes. Now, next question. First, it represents an alternative course of action chosen in the decision-making process. Second, it represents the result of a decision along with the probability attached to that result. Now, which of the following correctly identifies the terms described above? A. Branch node. B. Branch node and branch. C. Decision tree and branch. D. None of the above. Yes, everyone, tell me. Here, it represents the alternative course of action. That is what branches means. Hana, like after clearing 10, you had different types of alternatives. Like you can opted for PCM, PCB, commerce, arts, humanities. Yes. So these are different courses of action which you can select. Okay. That is what your branches means. Now, node means what? Node means the final output. Yes, final result that you are going to derive. That is what node tells you. So when we are going to estimate, when you are going to check our risk, so there are different ways through which you can do the analysis of risk. So one of the way is decision tree. Now under this decision tree, we have these two components. One, that is your branch, yes, which tells you the decision or from the alternative course of action that you can opt. Second, that is nodes. Nodes tells you the probability of the final output. So if you read the first one, represents the alternative course of action. Yes, that is your branch. Then represents the result of a decision along with the probability attached to that result. That is nodes. Right answer is answer A. Even this was asked in your PYQ about the decision tree. So this is important. Next. Which of the following is not a basic type of organizational structure? Line and star, functional, hybrid, and committee. Now I think everyone knows it even if you are reading for the first time. Yes. Which one is odd one out here? That is hybrid organization. Line and staff. Line means day-to-day employees. Staff, experts. Functional means department-wise, like HR department, cash department, treasury department, cash credit department. That is what. Now, committee organization means when you are preparing one particular committee to resolve any problem. So for resolving any problem, when you create any committee, that is going to be committee organization. So right answer is going to be answer C. That one is odd one out. Then, in which type of organization is specialization and expertise emphasized, and which department formed based on specific functions? Now remember, when you are going to create any department where you have specialization, yes, as per your different specific functions, that is going to be functional department. Like HR, ticket finance, costing, purchasing, sales. We have a sales team, advertisement team, marketing team, IT team. That is what. Then, which organizational culture fosters innovation, creativity, and entrepreneur leadership? Hierarchy, market, advocacy, clan. Now, when we talk about clan culture, here we follow family culture. Like if we talk about Tata or if we talk about any family business, they follow clan culture, family culture. Then advocacy culture, when they are take the risk, when they are going for innovations. Generally, you can see this in startups. Okay. So advocacy culture, risk, innovations, new ideas. This is what. Market culture, based on market profitability, market demand, market trend. That is what they are following. Market culture. Hierarchy culture, you have proper flow of communication, you have rules and regulations, you have policies, Hana, that is followed by bank. Yes. So now tell me, which option is correct here? When we are talking about innovation, creativity, and leadership, that is what covered under answer C. Next. Now the data in respect of ANC Limited is given. Additional finance required 20 lakhs. Retained earning is 4 lakhs. Debt equity ratio is 25:75. Cost of debt before tax up to 10%, 2 lakhs. Beyond 2 lakhs, 13%. EPS, earning per share, is 12 rupees. Dividend payout 50% of earning. Expected growth rate, that is G, is 10%. Current market price per share 60. Company's tax rate 30. Shareholders personal tax 20. Now you need to calculate here post-tax average cost of additional debt. Basically what we are doing here we are generating extra debt. We are actually going for extra finance. Okay, let's say I'm running one company, and in my company now I have 20 lakhs requirement. So how I can generate that 20 lakh rupees? That is what we are going to do here. Yes. Now they are saying that you can generate 25:75 ratio. Means here you can generate this 20 lakhs one in debt, means by taking loan, or second you can issue equities. Yes. So these are the two ways. Now what is the proportion of debt that you can borrow here? That is going to be 20 lakhs into 25 divided by 100. Now equity, 20 lakhs into 75 divided by 100. Okay. So loan you can take for 20 lakhs into 25 divided by 100, that is 5 lakhs loan you can take, and 15 lakhs you are going to generate through equity. Now in equity we also include retained earning. Yes, in equity we also include this retained earning. Now first of all we need to calculate the cost of raising additional debt. Now cost of raising additional debt, because when companies are taking this loan, in return they need to pay the interest amount also, no? They need to pay the interest. So for A and C, this interest payment is going to be cost. Yes, this is going to be cost. So now let's calculate for average cost of additional debt. They are saying if you are taking 5 lakh total debt, total loan, total debt equal to 5 lakhs. So in this, you need to check now this point. Okay. Up to 2 lakhs, you are going to pay 10%. So that is going to be 20,000. Now beyond 2 lakhs, you need to pay 13%. Yes, this is what they are saying. So now tell me, beyond 2 lakhs, how much you are going to take the loan? That is 5 lakhs minus 2 lakhs, which is equal to 3 lakhs into 13%. So total debt, total interest you need to pay on this amount, that is going to be 3 lakhs into 13%. That is equal to 39,000. Yes. So what is your cost of debt now? Cost of debt cost of debt is equal to 20,000 plus 39,000. and 1 minus tax. Why we are doing this? Because they are saying we want post-tax average cost. Means post-tax means after deducting tax amount. What is the cost ultimately company is bearing? And divided by total debt amount, that is 5 lakhs. So 20,000 plus 39,000 into, see, this is going to be 59,000 into 1 minus 0.30. Remember, you need to take here 30% company's tax rate. You cannot go with the individuals. This is for individual tax rate. We are not going to apply here this part. 30% is for companies. And when we are talking about company, take company's tax. So this is going to be 30% into 0.7 divided by 5 lakhs. 59,000 into 0.7 divided by 5 lakhs into 100. Yes, so what is the cost of taking this debt? That is going to be 8.26. Yes, I hope everyone got this. Okay, this is first answer. Chaliye next. Next, we need to calculate cost of equity. Now here, what we need to calculate, that is cost of equity. And for the cost of equity, we need to use that Gordon's growth model only. We are going to apply Gordon's growth model. And as per that model, we are going to use P0 equal to D1 divided by R minus G. Yes. Now, here, how to calculate D1? See, they are saying dividend payout, 50% of earning. And now, if you check your IFBF book now, let me tell you one thing. As per the IFBF book, they are considering this dividend payout for future only. They are not multiplying with the growth again. Okay, they are taking directly here 12 into 50%. That is your D1. That is 12 into 50%. They are taking 6 directly as D1. Okay, so assume like this only. If same question if they ask in exam, apply directly 6. No need to multiply with the growth then. Divided by, here this R is going to be your cost of equity. This is the missing data now. Minus G is also given, that is 0.10. And P0, that is current market price, is given, that is 60. That is 60. So R minus 0.10 equal to 6 divided by 60. So R is equal to 6 divided by 60 plus 0.10. So what is the value of R? 6 divided by 60 plus 0.1. So that is going to be 0.20, or in percentage, you can write as 20%. Okay, this is assumed in your IFBF book. So remember, if they are going to ask this same question, then you need to multiply like this. Correct? Yes. Next, which of the following valuation techniques is best for valuation an owner-occupied, non-income producing residential bungalow? A, just a moment, let me. A, discounted cash flow methods. B, direct sales comparison methods. C, profit approach. D, hypothetical construction plan. Now see, when we talk about, any bungalows or any, you can say, immovable property, most of the time we apply relative comparison method. Hana? So that is also known as direct sales comparison method. Generally we apply this, or this is also known as relative valuation method. Okay. So right answer is going to be answer C. Okay. That is comparison method. Next. Under the discounted cash flow valuation, now which of the following is typically employed as the discounting factor? Cost of equity, cost of debt, annuity factor, overall cost of capital. Now when we talk about discounted cash flow valuation, which of the following is typically employed as the discounting factor? That is going to be overall discounting, overall cost of capital. Most of the time we go with the overall cost of capital. If it is related to only your, let's say, equity, then it is going to be your cost of equity. Okay. If it is related to, let's say, firm, generally we take WACC. Yes, so that is the answer. Now, the value ratio is derived by taking the multiple of price to earning ratio and return on assets. B, price to book ratio and return on equity. C, price to sales ratio and net profit margin. D, debt to equity ratio and earning per share. Yes. So now value ratio. When we discussed PEG ratio, at that time only we discussed about value ratio only. So value ratio is talking about price to book value and return on equity. Yes, so right answer is answer B here. Correct. This is not any option. Then when you are taking price to sales and NPM, you will be getting PSM. This is not we are discussing, and this is not the answer. Okay. And one more value that we get, that is PEG ratio, where we used to compare PE with the expected growth rate. Acha, one more thing, in your one of the previous attempt they asked about the growth. Which type of growth we take? Past growth, present growth, or expected growth? So remember, we take expected growth, future growth. That is our expectation. That is what we always take for the calculation purpose. Next, which of the following statement is true regarding the EV divided by FCFF multiple? Now, EV is your enterprise value. When you are talking about the companies, what is the valuation? FCFF means free cash flow to the firm. So based on this FCFF, we are valuing our enterprise valuation. So which option is correct here? It is best suited for startups with volatile earnings and uncertain investments. B, it is more appropriate for companies with irregular capital expenditures. Or C, it is ideal for companies with stable growth and predictable capital expenditures. Or D, only used when a company pays regular dividends. Yes, tell me. So when we are going to apply EV with the FCFF multiple, so right answer is going to be yes, answer C. Okay. So remember this line, FCFF with the EV multiple is more suited for the companies that have stable growth and predictable capital expenditures. when you can predict about the future expenditures, when you know about your company's stable growth, and when you are earning normal growth rate, we are going to apply this EV with EFCFF. If you want to value your company, you can use this free cash flows to the firm because your earning is also stable, and along with that, easily you can calculate your future expected growth rate. That is the reason. So answer is C here. Next. Which of the three approaches for valuing intangible assets is described as being the least subjective but may not accurately reflect the asset's actual market value? Capital investment, discounted cash flow valuation, relative valuation, or D, a combination of discounted cash flow and relative valuation. Now see, when we are going to value intangible assets, basically this question is from module C, special valuation. Okay. So in that we have one topic known as intangible assets. Now what are intangible assets? Which are having no physical existence. So that is what going to be your here intangible assets. Now how to value it? We have three different methods. First method is capital investment, second method is discounted cash flow, and third is relative valuation. Okay. Now that you don't have any fourth method for this. Now when we talk about relative valuation, we are going to compare with the most similar asset. That is what relative valuation. Discounted cash flow valuation means here you are going to predict future cash flows, and by using PV you are going to calculate the valuation. Then capital investment. Capital investment means all expenses that you have done for registering it, for acquiring it, that is what capital investment. So here they are asking which is the least subjective but may not accurately reflect the current actual market price. So basically here B and C, these two methods are dealing with your current also and your future expectation. We are dealing with both the things. But in capital investment, whatever you have incurred or whatever you have already paid, that will be constant throughout the life. Apart from this, you will be charging amortization. But charging amortization doesn't mean that that will be equal to market value. So the right answer is going to be answer A. Right answer here is going to be answer A. Next. Now, which of the following organization charts represents a hierarchical pyramid with descending line of command from the highest to the lowest level? Vertical, horizontal, circular, or matrix chart? Now there are only three charts are available. Okay, vertical, horizontal, and circular. There is no matrix chart. So eliminate option D. That one is totally odd one out. Now when we talk about circular chart, as per this we are saying, top management will sit in middle and everyone will sit at equal distance from the center. That is what circular chart. Okay. Now horizontal chart means you are going to start with the left side, and here at the left side you will see the highest authority. And as you move towards right, you will see lower level. So this is horizontal chart. Vertical chart, it's like top, middle, and lower level. So it is going in descending order. And this is what given under vertical chart. So right answer is answer A. Okay. Next. Fuzzy company's return on equity is 20% and its R is 15%. Now company's dividend payout ratio is 0.3 and retention ratio is 0.7. So from the fundamental point of view, you need to calculate PE multiple. So PE multiple fundamental formula is 1 minus B divided by R minus ROE into B. This is the formula. And remember, for the calculation of growth, also you can use this formula, that is ROE into retention ratio. Yes, so now ROE is given. Acha, dividend payout ratio is already given, that is 0.3. Even 0.7 is also given, that is retention ratio. If you subtract by 1, you will get the DPR, that is dividend payout. So this is 0.3 divided by R is 0.15 minus 0.20 into B, and B is 0.7. So 0.3 divided by 0.2 into 0.7 minus 0.15. So 0.01. 0.3 divided by 0.01. So that is 30 times. Okay. So basically this is your answer. So what we can derive from this 30, it means if your earning is equal to let's say 1. If your earning is equal to 1, you are going to see the market price, that is going to be 30 times. Yes, in market, your shares will be trading at 30 times from the earning. So this is what PE multiple talks about. Yes, and if we talk about the basic PE formula, that is going to be current market price divided by earning per share. Based on your earning, how much investors are ready to pay for your share. That is what PE divided by earning per share. Next, Company A receives unexpected hostile takeover attempt from Company B. Now, to avoid losing control, Company A approaches Company C and ally with a friendly relationship to acquire it instead and block the hostile bidder. So what takeover defense strategy is Company A using here? Poison pill, golden parachute, white knight, or Pac-Man defense? Now, when companies are trying to do for the hostile takeover, there are so many defensive strategies, and defensive strategies are divided into pre-offer and post-offer. So, like poison pill. Poison pill is your pre-defensive strategy. Under this poison pill, you are going to issue, yes, you are allowing your existing shareholders to buy shares at a very low amount. Okay, so that the bidder, that you can say acquirer, will refuse to acquire your company. That is what poison pill. So we are not talking about poison pill here. Then we have golden parachute. As per this golden parachute, again, this is your pre-defensive strategy offered. Now here we are, at the time of starting our company or while preparing our documents, we have added one clause that if anyone is doing hostile takeover, then they need to pay top management very, you can say very expensive or very huge amount of money or some better offers, okay, like providing bungalow, car, and so many things. So these are the points you have given in your clauses, that if anyone is doing hostile takeover and if anyone tries to acquire our business without our permission, they need to pay all our top management person. So that is what golden parachute. We are not talking about this. Pac-Man defense. Yes. Your acquiring company purchases your shares. Now you started repurchasing their share. So that is what Pac-Man defense. So here we are talking about white knight. Yes, white knight means, let's say here ABC acquires my company, that is Aarti Private Limited, but I'm not ready to sell this business to ABC company. So what I did, I asked or I searched for friendly companies. Let's say I have XYZ company. That is my friendly company. So here I sold this company to XYZ. So here XYZ will become White Knight. Okay, this is what. Chali, so right answer is answer C. So here are all the offers, you can read also. Okay. Then next. According to the 5 cents of acquisitions listed, which of the following is not identified as a reason for acquisition failure? A. Overpaying for the target company. B. Neglecting due to due diligence during the acquisition process. C. Effective and timely post-acquisition integration. D. Acquiring businesses that are too far removed from the core operations. Yes, which of the following is not a 5 cents of acquisition, or you can say disadvantages. Yes, so right answer is going to be answer C. Effective and timely post acquisition integration. That is a positive thing, no? That is not a negative part. So what are the 5 cents we have? That is overpaying for the target company. Yes, because of winner's curse, because your competition is going on, you are overpaying it. Then neglecting due diligence means without doing in-depth checking, you are blindly purchasing the companies. Take it just to build empire. Then acquiring businesses that are too far removed from the core operations. Let's say you are acquiring those type of businesses where you don't have any expertise. Correct? So of course, though you purchased it, but how you will run it? You don't have any knowledge about it. So of course, you will see the losses and soon you will shut down. So that is what D is. So all these three are, you can say disadvantages of acquisitions. Next, bridge finance is typically used to cover a temporary gap until the long-term financing is available. Okay, so this is not the purchasing of long-term assets, not a fund permanent capital needs, not replacing equity financing. Correct answer is going to be funding or covering temporary gap. Yes, so right answer is answer B. The day you are applying for the loan, okay, and the day till you get the loan, till the sanction time period. This time period between the application and the sanction, this time period is one gap where you want the funds. So here banks are giving you temporary fund, and that is known as bridge finance. Very easy one, direct one. Okay, next. Now, as per provisions of section 47, now remember this section number is very important. Okay. Now, if the dividend in respect of a particular class of preference shares has not been paid for a specific period, those preference shareholders shall acquire the right to vote on all resolutions placed before the company. Now, what is the minimum specified period of non-payment of dividend? Yes, generally we say preference shareholders will not get any voting rights. But if company is not paying dividends for how many years? For 2 or more years. For 2 or more years. Then they will get the right to vote in all the decision making. Okay. And now when we say 2 or more years, these years should be in consecutive format. Hana? Consecutive format. Continuous default should be there. Not like one in 2025, next default is in 2028. So there is a gap now where you receive the dividend. So, during that time, you won't be applying section 47. Continuous default should be there. Okay. Next. In which performance appraisal method does the mediator participate and employee speaks first, highlighting achievements, process focus on reducing tension and encouraging constructive dialogues, especially useful when there is a supervisor-subordinate conflict. Yes. Self-evaluation, when you are talking about your own performance, that is self-evaluation. Peer assessment, when your colleagues are talking about your performance. And 360-degree feedback when you are also talking, your peers also talking, your seniors, subordinates, everyone is talking about your performance. That is 360. But right answer here in this question is negotiated appraisal. Next, which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the investors in an angel fund? Yes. First statement is angel investors must have net tangible assets of at least 2 crores, excluding the value of their principal residence to invest in an angel fund. So basically, we need to identify the false statement here. Hai? Now, statement 2, a corporate entity with net worth of at least 5 crores to invest in, or to become angel investor. Statement 3, angel investors must have early stage investment experience. Experience as a serial entrepreneur or at least 10 years experience as a senior management professional. Statement 4, AIFs or venture capital registered with CAIIB can also be investors in an angel fund. Options are statement 2 is incorrect, statement 1 is incorrect, statement 3rd is incorrect, or D, all statements are incorrect. Which is the right answer here? Yes. So right answer is going to be answer 2 only. Hana, statement 2 is only the incorrect one. So can you tell, no, only statement 2, that is answer A is incorrect here. Okay? Because this net worth should be at least rupees 10 crores. Yes, this is 10 crores. That is why only statement 2nd is wrong. You can read here also angel investor eligibility. If we talk about individuals, net tangible assets will require at least 2 crores excluding principal residence, and if they meet any one of the following criteria like early stage investment or here serial entrepreneur, supported or promoted more than one startup, or here senior management where they have at least 10 years experience. So any of these. And if we talk about body corporate, companies, LLPs, firms, their net worth should be at least 10 crores. Okay? And other entities, if they are registered through AIF or VCF under the SEBI regulations, you can become here angel investors. But the investment rule is again very important, where if we talk about angel funds, accept investments of at least 25 lakhs per angel investor. If you become angel investor, you need to invest at least 25%, 25 lakhs. And this investment you can hold maximum for 3 years. Yes, you cannot exceed this 3 years. So this is about angel investment. Yes. So with this, let's complete our today's session. Okay, tomorrow again we have Maha revision, everyone. And we will be starting around 6 p.m. again tomorrow's session. Okay, and you can download this PDF through Telegram group. I have my Telegram group. You can use that link, and if you want the link, check description box or check comment section. I will just post it and download this PDF from that. Okay. So let's wind up the session. I hope you have revised all your important topics, because today in today's session I covered from all the 4 modules your PYQs, which are very repetitive, your numerical topics, your theory topics, and again tomorrow we will be solving more questions based on this. So as I already told you about the time, that is going to be 6 p.m. and if you want to download today's PDF, tomorrow's Maha revision PDF, you can use my Telegram group. So bye everyone. Thank you for joining and see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. And all the very best for your exam. Remember, even if you're starting now, please try to revise as much as you can. Okay? So I hope you have revised your session. And I hope you have recalled all your topics today. Tomorrow again we will be proceeding with the same manner. Yes, going to use again different types of questions and different types of exam patterns so that you can understand. See, one thing, I cannot bring any lengthy case studies because we need to solve more and more concepts. So that is the reason. Okay. Chaliye. So thank you everyone for joining. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.